Billy, check this card I found. It's a gem from days of yore. Gonna trade it all around. Feels like I'm banging on Upper Deck store. Bang, banging in an Upper Deck store. Bang, banging in an Upper Deck store. Bang, banging in an Upper Deck store. Bang, bang, banging on Upper Deck store. Billy, these packs are calling my name. Each one's got a tale to tell. My collection's rising to fame. Feels like I'm banging on Upper Deck store. Bang, banging in an Upper Deck store. Bang, banging in an Upper Deck store. Bang, banging on an Upper Deck store. Bang, bang, banging on Upper Deck store. It's alive and bright. New cards are trading galore. Chasing dreams beneath the light. Feels like I'm banging on Upper Deck store. Bang, banging in an Upper Deck store. Bang, banging on an Upper Deck store. Bang, banging on an Upper Deck store. Bang, bang, banging on Upper Deck store. Billy, my binders are full of pride. Each card's a win to explore. Let's keep this collector's ride. Feels like I'm banging on Upper Deck store. Bang, banging on an Upper Deck store. Bang, banging in an Upper Deck store. Bang, banging on an Upper Deck store. Bang, bang, banging on Upper Deck store.
Hey, everybody! 1 second, Dave. Dave?
Woo! You did it.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, that's good. Hey, chat, what's up? Okay, guys, can you hear me and Dave? I think we can hear you guys woot. Okay, good. What's going on? What's up? Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Well, here, let me get rid of this. Well, Bobby looks pretty good. You know where he looks really handsome? Look at that. That's amazing. What a time to be alive, eh? Oh, it's great. Yeah. Everyone's smoking inside. Oh, everyone's having a great time. Okay. There we go. So we'll go with Dave. Okay. What's going on? So, Dave, where are you? You don't look like you're at home.
That's right. I'm in Hawaii right now. Just got here a couple hours ago. So, yeah.
You just got there, didn't you?
I just got here. I literally, just came in our room and, got it up and got it working with 30 seconds to spare. So,
Dave, you
cutting it close.
If anyone wants to know what commitment looks like, it's that guy right here. Look at this handsome guy. Thanks, Dave. You're the best, man. All right, let's go.
No worries.
So listen, today's going to be super simple, super simple. We have Billy coming on. I know Billy goes on a lot of podcasts and he's a great friend. He's a best friend of the Gong Show podcast. But tonight's going to be a little specific. I don't really want to talk about sets coming up. I mean, of course, I want to talk about everything always, but this I want to be specific about card technology. I've set up a bunch of slides. Anyway, so Billy's going to hang out. We're going to talk card tech. Now, I know Billy wears many hats. But we're going to be very respectful tonight because this isn't going to be about... Oh, Dave, that sounds horrible. What is that? What's that noise? Whoa.
Oh, I'm going to turn it down right now.
Oh, okay.
Turn it off.
Yeah, that works. Okay, good. So we're gonna talk to Billy about card tech. We're gonna talk about that's pretty much it. And I bought a bunch of slides, so I think it's best. Billy should be kind of here by now, but that's okay. He's big. California time, right? Dave, you know California time.
I do know California time.
There you go. Yeah. So it's what do they say? Jamaican time? Is that not the worst one? I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, so that'll be fun. Dave doesn't have any VIBs. I don't have any games because I really want to say.
Oh no, I do have one VIB.
You do? Okay.
I do. So maybe while we're talking to Billy or something, I can send you a quick little picture.
Yeah, send it to me and I'll throw it on. We're also going to rip. It's not going to take long, but I said I wasn't, but I did. Oh man, $300. Anyways, doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to rip some Ultimate. We're going to give a box away. It's going to be great. It's going to be super. We're going to have a great time. Okay. So I pulled up while we're waiting for Billy to get here, and I panic while he's waiting. We're going to talk about some things. Okay. So check this out. This guy. Oh, wait. There we go. So I was on Facebook yesterday or a couple of days ago, and this guy wrote this. Just got these back from grading. Grades are not the best, but wait for it. Pulled both out of one pack. Okay. All right. So that's not for me. So if you look at my comment, I said I'm over 5 cases and counting, and this scores 2 and this guy scores 2 in 1 pack. Then he add salt to the wound. My wife pulled them out of the second pack we opened. It was wild. Like, what's going on in the yeah, I know, Rod. Dave, is there hold on, maybe I can help Dave's. Hold on one sec. It's just you're on Omni. I think you need to be on directional. One sec. I might be able to do it from here. I got it. No, it's okay. I got you. I got it, brother. I think you'll be okay. Thanks, Rod. If any of our audio,
let us know.
Yeah, if any of the audio is bad, Dave and I have very thick skin. We can handle it, so it's okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, so yeah, that sucked. So I'm going to remove that. I'm just trying to kill some time before Billy gets here. Okay, here's another one. Oh, my God. Okay, you know what? We'll go through the chat. Here we go. Okay, let's go. Winnipeg Collector. Yes, sir. Hold on. You want to see our handsome faces. What's up, Marky? What's up, buddy? What's going on, Ryan Berkeley? Henry, how you doing? Micah, what's up? This show's for you, brother. Punk Rock Cards, giddy up. Let's go. OC Silver, what's up, everybody? Hockey Card. Okay, that's me. Son of a vulgar. Let's go, Sinjin. Henry, what's up? Travis, Connect Me Collector, but her name's Ron. What?
That's Ron.
That's Tom Green in your picture. That's awesome, bro.
That's my good friend Ron. He's the one who he gave me the Dave Taylor all-time feature watch auto at the expo.
No kidding. How did he make Tom Green? Well, Tom Green's from Ottawa and he went to California, so I guess 2 degrees of separation, eh, David? There you go. Right on. Oh, I like the old-time vibe. Yeah, man. I like. I'm a big bluegrass, like Alison Krauss Union Station guy. So I copied the lyrics of "Knocking on Heaven's Door" and I changed them to "Banging on Upper Deck's Door." But if you listen to the song, it's really positive. Anyways, doesn't matter. Okay, here we go. Henry again. Bolts on Ice. Happy Friday, everybody. Crazy song. Thank you, Ryan. I agree. He wrote that. I'm not. I know this is Troy banging on something. Troy, I hope you saw your beautiful mug there. Dave is in Hawaii. Yes, Dave is in Hawaii. No, Billy still. I'm just looking down here. Okay. Winnipeg Jets Collector. He's probably watching, but he's making me sweat. That's fine. Okay, here we go. What's Henry saying? Phil, keep singing until we can hear you. You don't want me singing. Hey, Jeff McMahon, my friend of me. What's up, brother? What's up, Troy? See you again. Ball Cap, what's up? What's going on? Roderick, my team captain. There we go. I got 2 captains always following me. Toddy, what's up, Hot Toddy? Kendall, what's going on? Flabbergastric, what's up? Micah, what's up? Okay, guys, I'm going right to the bottom. I can't keep up. That's how cool we are. Okay, here we go. Okay, next thing I want to talk about. Unless, Dave, you have something you want to talk about, but we'll talk about my stuff I want to talk about first.
Yeah,
okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I noticed on Facebook, this guy posted an entire McDavid rookie OPC Platinum Rainbow. Oh, my God.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
Like, what is that? That's a house, right? Like, that's insane. Yeah. So look at this. Like, look at oh man. So, and there's also a Connor McDavid OPC Platinum employee exclusive, but from the following year. I really want that card. It looks exactly like these, but it's just these cards are amazing. I'm not a big one on the autos. Chat, what do you guys think of these?
I mean, that's the one with the gold auto, the one with the employee exclusive.
It kind of looks like the middle one there, the black ice. It looks a little bit like that. Hey, Ed, what's going on, brother? Sam, what's up, Sam? Oh, Sam, you're so faithful. I love it, man. That is a lot of McDavid. That's a down payment. Well, it used to be a down payment on a house. I don't think it's a down payment anymore. Not in Ontario, anyways. And then check
California.
So, guys, I know I want to keep pointing this out because I am watching. I don't care. I didn't hide names. I don't give a crap. But you act silly I think you should be called out for it. So, okay, hold on. So, to this man's defense, if someone did this about Danny Heatley, I would probably have a very similar response, but I know myself, I wouldn't hit enter. I would not hit enter. He hit enter. So let's see what he wrote. Okay.
Let's read it.
So Peter Pagano, who is passionate, and I get it, I wouldn't use these cards to wipe my ass. The prima donna will never get a Stanley Cup, and Wayne Gretzky was light years ahead of him. Screaming at clouds, Peter. What a waste of space. Get off my lawn, he says. If you're into McDavid, that's cool. Nice rainbow. Okay. So then Peter continues to say, even if he wasn't on the Oilers I love this guy. Even if he wasn't on the Oilers that beat us 4 times in a row, I'm still not that impressed with this guy. What are you talking about? I grew up in an era where I got to see Gretzky, fair. Super Mario, fair. Sergei Fedorov, I'd put McDavid up there. Pavel Bure, I'd put McDavid up there. Timo Solani, I'd probably put McDavid up there more so. So I think this is old guy yelling at clouds. I do it too, right? I walked uphill both ways going to school in 20 feet of snow. My son doesn't. He drives my nice truck downhill both ways and doesn't brake and wastes all the gas. Okay. So, so I just thought that was funny. Peter, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay, Peter. I
mean, he's the best in that's playing right now. So I mean,
I think Peter. So 2 things happened with Peter. I think he got a Young Guns exclusive McDavid, and he probably sold it when he got it like 10 years ago. And he's like, screw that, Connor. Right. So that could be a thing that happened. All right, let's check the chat. Let's see. Okay, let's go here. Okay. I can't keep up with the chat. Okay, so we'll go. Okay, I have only one more thing to talk about, and then hopefully. Okay, so I have one more thing. Okay, this is good. Okay, so I'm gonna read this out loud. Okay, so I might be unfair here, but you guys let me know. Okay, hey guys, hope all is well. So this is a very new collector. Today's a bit of a sad day for me. Yesterday, I decided to venture out of the first time away from this group to look for jumbo patches and Kraken patches. Me and my son have been working on trying to get all the team logos. What? It's always the new guys with their sons. He's really into it, and I was really into it until this morning. Okay, this is where I screwed up. He goes, this post, until this morning, where I've been a part of the community for about 15 years, I've never been scammed once until today. I fell for not 1, not 2, but 3 scams. Okay, so anyways, he fell for 3 scams, and I'm like, this doesn't make sense, right? Like, I don't understand this. So I'll put this up. So I wrote, were all these conversations from yesterday or a week ago? And Jonathan said here, I'm sure he feels very upset, but he said this morning, sadly, fell for 3 in the span of a few minutes. I replied, I've had people not message me back for days, man. People are at work as well. And honestly, no offense, but a sense of urgency is usually upon higher end cards. The odds of all 3 scamming you seem quite astronomical. I said I'd give more patience. Okay, so I thought I gave pretty good advice, but almost every other comment said, oh, dude, I'm so sorry. Let me help you. And they reached out to him. I just find getting scammed 3 times in a morning and concluding that you're getting scammed and posting the names of those people that scammed you, that you're not even part of that group since that morning, that seems crazy to me. So maybe he got scammed, maybe he didn't. The only reason I'm bringing this up, new people in the hobby, have a little bit more patience than Jonathan. Oh my God, Billy's there. I see you. Hey, Billy. Okay, I'm going to shut up soon. Have more patience with your posts and don't, if you're looking for a card, don't message 3 people. And he did. So they didn't message him. It wasn't one of those thingies. Maybe he did get scammed. Maybe there's little predators there for 20, 30 bucks. I don't know, man. You're a pretty brutal criminal if that's what you're.
Seems crazy.
Yeah, milking people off Facebook. So moral of the story is if you're buying cards off Facebook and you're pretty new, I don't know, chill out, find one card, find a good buyer. Just take your time, man. Just take your time. Okay, Billy, you good? Billy?
Hey, there I am.
Hey, what's up, Celio?
What's up, Billy?
What's up?
Not much. I can't. I'm so excited. Oh, just a second. Hold on a second. Got to fix something real quick. No, hold on one second.
That's okay, man. Where did he go?
He's gone.
My God, where did Billy go?
We're done.
Okay,
just me and you for the rest of the time.
All right, let's open Ultimate. That's okay. Billy's great. I thought he forgot. I swear to God, I thought he forgot. Okay, let's go to the chat. Okay. I don't know where to start. Okay, here. Micah, I don't have ADD, brother. I don't have ADD. I really don't. I really, really don't. Maybe I do a little bit, no different than yet.
Oh, sorry. I had to dress appropriately.
Okay, I see. Wait, I thought you were a Detroit Red Wings fan.
What? I could still be a Wings fan. See? But
Okay.
I just thought I'd wear this for Phil.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for your friendship and presence. That's okay. I'll take it.
I can't believe I even own one of these. It's like itchy.
That's actually yours? Yeah, it's itchy because it probably smells like failure.
I think I won this at like some sort of auction or not auction, but like door prize or something like that.
Yeah.
But, I figured I had to wear this for Phil today.
You probably won that at the thrift store because no one's buying it. Okay.
Hey, Wing fans, don't worry. I still got a bunch. Look, I even have my Like a Boss, Lucas Raymond.
Oh,
right there.
Nice, Billy.
Those cards are awesome.
You know what? I got one live and I was just like, oh my goodness, this is so much better than I thought it was going to be. But
so, Billy, how's your week been?
Busy getting products ready to come out,
making cards
on checklists, building those sets, all that fun. So been extremely busy. I'm going to LA this weekend for a day, and then I'm flying out to North Carolina for a week to do some work.
Oh, okay. That's where they package the cup cards.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
No, I just said I'm going to North Carolina to do some work.
We might get your jacket in a video upcoming.
My hands,
your arms, hands.
I am like David Duchovny from Zoolander 2. I've been known to do some hand modeling. So
I love. He said, "But what does it all mean?" He's like, "Are you kidding me, Derek? I just told you. I literally just told you what it all means." That's good. So, Billy, is it ever like not busy? Like, do you ever have like a regular smooth week, or is like every day 11 hours making Nike shoes? Like your fingers are bleeding.
So the thing is, like I've progressed a little bit. You know, you be here a while, and they give you more responsibilities. So part of my job is also to kind of review other builds and check and costings, because my background is from the restaurant business. I worked in restaurants for a long time. I mean, I had a degree in advertising and public relations, but my background for work is restaurants. So you learn how to manipulate numbers. You learn how to be efficient with numbers. And so that is one of my strengths. So they have deemed me the responsibility of just kind of overlooking, like our guys do a great job building the sets. But sometimes I'm able to find a way to pinch a few more pennies, you know, like keeping Shane Pinto out of sets, or
yeah, I noticed,
or stuff like that. But
they gotta pay him a lot for his autos.
Exactly. So
right, Dave, don't encourage him.
It's like I'm building my sets, but then I also am, you know, looking at all the other sets. Like I said, these guys build what they want to build, but I just try to make it as efficient for them as possible. So it's kind of like doing a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, but what if you want to take the afternoon off and go to the beach? Do you just say, all right, guys? Yeah.
I'll tell you what. One of the things that there's a lot of bad, but there were a few good things that happened during COVID. One of it was that it proved that you can work from home. So there are times when I go visit my family, but I will work during the day. Oh wait, like back in the day, it's like, oh yeah, I'm working from home. No, you're not. You're not working from home.
Yeah,
we know what you're doing. But no, I actually, you know, we get stuff done. And the other thing is, I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, and what am I going to do during COVID? I'm just going to sit at home and work. So I built up a lot of PTO, and I'm already I max out. Like I have to take a half day every couple weeks, just because I'm already past the point. Like I lose it. Like if you don't use it, you'll lose it. So
just like anything else,
I can take some time off, but you know, trading cards, it's still always on your mind. Even if I'm not working, I'm thinking about stuff.
Yeah. Do you ever get an idea? Like, do you have a notepad and paper by your bed? So when you wake up from a dream, you write it down? for
So
card?
what I actually do is because today's world we are scanning the internet nonstop. I
Yeah.
actually have a folder on my phone that's card ideas, and if I see some kind of art, if I see some kind of like even poses or vintage cards and stuff, be like, oh yeah, I remember when Upper Deck did that. That'd be a cool insert to bring back. I have a folder on my phone. Like I can pop it up here real quick and you can see and I have some like cool card ideas or some cool cards that we've made on there, but it's literally called card ideas. So here's the infamous, bacon wrapped parallel that's still
Yeah. Num num num
yep.
num num num.
And there was a card. Why am I drawing a blank? It was in Metal Universe where it's like the player has the city in the background. Like
Fanimation?
no. Oh, this is gonna bug me now. But like
Cityscapes?
the body of the player was actually the city. Like you could see the city in it. And
Something over
Oh
there.
yeah.
it was actually
Yes.
inspired by this Betty White photo where it's like
Okay.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can see
impressions? Isn't
yeah,
that
yeah. So it was like I saw this one time. I'm like, that's kind of a cool idea. That would be,
that's wicked.
something cool for cards. So I
That
have a
was Betty
folder
White?
with a
Wow.
bunch. Yep, I have a bunch of stuff on here that stuff that you'll see in the future, and
I think
stuff
you should
that you will be seeing really soon.
do a Tim Hortons EX 2000. Timmy H, right?
That's
Huh?
actually not a bad idea.
You're welcome.
But
You're welcome.
Hortons, I
Put it in
don't
the
do it.
folder.
So when you get someone that builds Hortons, feel free to tell them that.
What? I have an interview with Mr. Mashra next week, so I could be your boss in 2 weeks. You never know.
Stop
We'll see.
it. He's actually talking to you.
No, are you nuts? I'm not even allowed on the premises.
Oh,
He said, Phil, we're going to give you a 1-year probation, then we'll revisit this. I'm like, all right, fine.
I already
Bill
thought
has a restraining order. What are you talking
I thought I already got replaced by Pat. I heard all the love that you guys have given him. And
Could you imagine?
I'm like number 2. So
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
Phil, you said you and Pat were gonna live together. First, you were gonna hump my leg.
Yeah.
I got so much razzing from that at work, and
Yeah. I'm a humper.
now I hear that you're gonna be living with Pat. So
I just said I wanted bunk beds, but I want the bottom. The bottom bunk is mine. It's just
Yeah.
the rules. It's the rules. All right. Okay.
You want Pat on top of
Oh, yeah. He's a big lad, eh? Maybe. Well, I mean, I'm not super small, but yeah. Thank you for clarifying that, Dave.
Yeah.
Okay. So today, Billy, thank you for coming on here.
No
We're going to have a hockey card technology, a brief overview with Billy Celio. So chat, I know you're excited. I'm going to ask you to refrain from too many questions, pretty much any questions, until I'm done. And then when I'm done, we're going to take all the questions of the chat. Dave's going to pay attention to the good questions in the chat. We talked about this before. We're talking about it right now. So just good questions, Dave. See if you can just keep track of them. I just want to talk for a bit, Billy, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong. So my slides are
wrong.
Probably. So I did kind of make a bobo. I didn't offer I didn't add pictures of like modern day cards. I just assumed we could talk about them through the slides. But I'm basically going over the history of when certain technology was introduced. And you might know about it, Billy, or not. I don't know. But I think that'll start and spark a lot of conversation about who cares, chat? Just ask your questions. I mean, whatever. Okay, let's just go. Okay, ready? So I'm going to do some talking. Well, actually, the chat, I don't know if you guys know this, but Billy and I have known each other for a couple of decades. I had more hair back then, and it's, but we've actually been friends for quite a long time, and we've gone on vacation. So I'm sorry, Billy. I know, Billy, you said not to show our vacation pictures, but I just wanted people to see what I looked like when I had hair. And
how did you turn into Stipe Miocic?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're very tall.
I'm not tall. Billy's really short.
You have the same tattoos as Stipe Miocic.
What are you talking about? No. And is that a wedding ring? Oh crap, that's not me. Yeah. Anyways, so we went on vacation and we don't talk about it, but I just thought I would let everybody know. Sorry, Billy. Okay.
That's like a good hockey card there.
Thanks, buddy. Okay, so most of us, not all, experienced our childhood when cards were just cardboard in the 70s and 80s. Those flimsy, dog-eared treasures stuffed in a bike spoke or traded in schoolyards. They were simple, maybe a bit boring, but they were ours. Then we were all blindsided by, of course, yours truly, Upper Deck's release of 1989-90 baseball. I had to say it. I can't lie. I had to say it. That's the one that came out. But more importantly for us hockey nuts, 90-91 Upper Deck hockey. Boom! Glossy finishes, holograms, and a quality that made our old Tops and OPC stacks look like grocery lists. From that moment, the card industry faced a reckoning. Tops fought back with Stadium Club's full bleed photos. Pinnacle brought embossed foil, and Pro Set Platinum tried to dazzle us with shine. Haha, you all failed. It was like the hockey card world strapped on skates and hit the ice full speed. By the late 90s, things got wilder. New companies, new tech. Upper Deck dropped their clear PETG cards and jersey swatches, while Tops threw in chrome refractors that sparkled like rink under lights. So they weren't that bright. The 2000s, kind of weird, right? The market wobbled, but Upper Deck steadied the ship with Future Watch autos, the Cup's luxury vibe, and those iconic young guns that became our holy grail. No, Louis. When Ovechkin and Crosby stormed the NHL, Upper Deck saw gold. Cards of those rookies weren't just collectibles. They were investments. Okay. Fast forward post-2010 to today, and we're swimming in a plethora of tech, one of my favorite words. Holo-foil outbursts, acetate holo views, and patches thicker than a goalie's pads. Who could have imagined cards that would evolve from cardboard to mini works of art? Tonight, we're diving into this tech revolution with my buddy Billy Celio, Upper Deck's product manager, who probably thinks he personally invented the Young Guns. We're going to unpack how these innovations changed the game from the 90s to McDavid's latest outburst parallel. Stick around, because whether you're a collector, a nostalgia junkie, or just love hockey, what we're about to share is going to spark some memories and maybe even help you spot the next big card. It won't. Isn't that why we're all here? Yes, it is. Okay. Yes. Quite, Micah, I didn't make modern day examples. Stop. They're getting me. Okay. How did that all sound?
So I'm wondering two things. Like, one, Dave, did you give him the homework assignment that he had to write like a couple pages worth of stuff on there? Because I imagine Phil, like back in the school days when he had to do these type of things, to like spread the words out and to like use the word multiple times, to, like a plethora of stuff just to make it like the full
Actually,
like 3 pages.
I was extremely academically sound. Things came easy to me. Yes, I wish I applied myself in a better way. I did not, and this is the result. You get that. Yeah, I was pretty good at school stuff, but yeah, didn't do any post-secondary. Went in business for myself. Okay, so Billy, here we go. So we're gonna start. I'm probably gonna be wrong on some slides. I want you to correct me if it needs correcting. So I think this one's pretty easy, right? Pretty much before you guys brought out baseball in 89-90, it was just cardboard. Huh?
Yeah, the cardboard is called clay coat.
Amazing.
That's the technology of paper. Like, we did OPC on clay coat for a period of time because we wanted to give it that vintage feel like you see in the pictures below. But we realized as we're getting older that the paper, like even the 90s, the paper was different. So, and it's still retro. So we actually moved away from the clay coat and started using a different paper for the vintage, like OPC. But yep, that's what you're seeing there.
Okay, so
there's OPC paper, like modern OPC paper, that's different than the clay coat that they used back in the 80s.
Yes.
Okay.
Really? So
does that have a name?
It does. So there's C2S, which is your average paper stock. That is what we print on, is C2S. That's what almost I would say almost every manufacturer, but some of our manufacturers, all they know is chrome. That's what the basic the paper that they use. There's C1S, which is a little more it's a little more vintage feel to it. It's not as bright or stiff or whatever as the other ones, and then there's different.
Do you have an example of like which product has one versus the other?
Flagship has C2S, and I believe OPC for their retro uses C1S.
Oh, dude, this is gold. And I was going to write it down, but I'll just rewatch it tomorrow. This is great, Billy. This is exactly what I wanted. Look at this, right guy for the thing. Okay. Okay. So why aren't you, is the older paper just not available, or is it just better card stock now that C?
Upper Deck kind of, we how do I put this? We don't like to make cheap stuff.
Okay.
Now, yes, I'm sure comments are going to be like, "Oh, you screwed this up," and "Oh, you did that." But
Yeah, no, no.
we don't. We kind of take pride in our photos. We take pride in our product, and we feel that the paper that we're using now is much nicer, and that's where it started. You know,
Yeah.
that the funny story about that paper, you can't find that paper anymore.
Really?
That the original, yeah,
Huh.
that was printed in. Surprise! It was printed in Italy way back in the day, I believe, and they don't make that paper anymore. They tried to, I think for like an anniversary year, they tried to replicate it, and they couldn't find it anywhere. It's
All
like
right.
no longer in existence. So the paper that they used for the original Upper Deck sets, for the first couple years, is no longer available.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Next. Here we go. Thank you, Billy. So I know it's silly, but it matters. I could be wrong. I have no idea. So in 1991, there was an introduction of holo-foil, not in the traditional sense for like card tech, but they put the holograms on the cards.
Mhm.
Would that be a correct statement, Slide?
Yeah, Upper Deck was the home of the holograms for the longest time. Like we took pride in that, and yeah, what's unfortunate is that technology is tougher and tougher to come by, to be able to reproduce, to build stuff like we built back in the day. But yeah, the original ones had little, uh, Upper Deck security on it, and then they started making, that first hockey. They had the hologram cards of like Brett Hall, Iserman, Messier. Was it Gretzky? Did I say Hall? I can't.
Yeah,
You know those,
I
like,
know what you're
just
talking about. Yeah,
you
yeah, the
can't even, like, if
superstars.
you buy a box of that stuff and pull one of those, you can't even see the images anymore. When I did the buybacks of that set, I literally was opening up like a couple cases of
Cases?
of it.
Jesus.
Yeah, and I was getting like silver little flakes all over my hands because the wrappers back in the day. But yeah, so that's you couldn't make out the players. I'm like, I think that's Iserman, but
Yeah, they're pretty rough. So like even the Pro Set hologram, I know that's not Upper Deck, but like you can't really you told me at the chateau that the tech isn't even out there to redo anymore, right?
if it is, it's very expensive. And
Ah,
the other thing that people might not necessarily know, is just the accessibility of players now compared to accessibility back in the day. Like there were SPX cards where the players would, like, you turn it and they're winking at you,
yeah. We'll get to that.
and that takes like that. Okay, well, if we'll get to that later, then we'll get to that later. But
Okay.
yeah, we started, they wanted to be high end. I remember hearing this story. It's just like, $5 a pack for cards, that's ridiculous, and people paid for it. I was at card shows when I was a kid, and I was paying $5 to hit that Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah.
or the Wayne Gretzky or whatever.
You're
All
in
right.
the shop, by the way.
Am
Hey,
I?
Rebecca.
Like, should I roll away?
Oh, wow. We
Say
can hear
hi.
her perfectly. Okay. So here we go. So now, Billy, this is all
Go.
that microphone is so sensitive, Dave. It's crazy. So in 1995, there was the introduction of chrome and chromium. Now, if I'm wrong or previous year, let me know. So I know from my Alfredsons, I know no one really cares about him. So I use players people will care more about. And you can't see me pointing. So electric ice on the side of these cards would be chrome and chromium. And that was the first introduction of that.
Um,
The
I'm
history
not sure.
doesn't matter so
No,
much, you know,
I'm
like,
not sure if that's chrome. I'm like
okay.
looking at it, or if that's like a spectrum deco foil.
Okay, just knowing the difference, like just to spark the conversation would be great. Like, did Sparkle Decal foil exist in '95?
Yeah, they had different kinds of deco
Oh,
foils that
okay.
you could stamp. I mean, I hear stories of Gene all the time, from Marina Design, and they were big into stamp foils on the cards. So I think Chrome really started with our competitors. To be honest with you.
Okay, I did not. So I am using Upper Deck cards, right? So this, I can tell you on my Alfredson, the electric ice, it's raised on the cardboard. So I can tell you when I press my thumb on it or my pinky finger, whichever extremity I want to use, I can feel it above the card. Does that give you an indication of what that would be or no?
It's not chrome. I
No,
can tell
eh?
you that. No,
Son of
that's
a.
probably more of like the deco.
Okay.
There's different types of deco. Some that can, like you're saying, can show like the rays. Some of it they stamp it. It just depends on how they apply the deco foil.
So are the cards printed so can we still, you obviously know a lot about this. Let's use this beret. Was the beret printed and then the Upper Deck logo and the electric ice was after that? Is that how they do that?
Yeah, so it runs
Oh,
through
okay.
it runs through the four color, and then it will then go and get the foil stamping on it,
Okay,
like
perfect.
part of the process.
Okay. Okay, so this is a foil. This is the first, I believe this is the first foil card from Upper Deck, right? This whole card is a foil card.
Looks like it.
Yeah. So what makes a foil card? So there's no cardboard in that? Like what is a foil
So
card?
so foil is it's kind of like a laminate, and then the back does have kind of like a it's kind of like a card. It's a laminated piece of paper. So I have right here, and I think I've
Okay.
shown you guys this before. Like here are the different foil board patterns that you can choose from when you're
Oh, look at that.
selecting
That's
cards and stuff.
awesome.
So this is just like the laminate, and some of them is just like the whole sheet. Others that have like specific designs to them, like this. Obviously, it's not like this in the center. You have to have this separate spots, so that one costs a little bit more
Yeah.
to do. But like the basics, like I always love showing this one because it just shows you how
Oh, this is
original
great, dude.
our competitors are sometimes. So the name of this paper is, and you can where is
Snowflake.
it? Nope, it's upside down? Yeah, it is.
LSD.
Kaboom.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you allowed to say that in your building?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've used this, and what's funny is someone's like, I use it in AEW, and they're like, "Are you going to use that paper because it's known as Kaboom?" I go, "Yeah, it's called Kaboom, but it's the design. Like I'm going to use it."
Why don't we
I
use it in hockey? Kaboom.
we've used other stuff. That's why we have the outburst. I like that
Okay.
better.
Yeah, well, outburst wins. There we go. Okay. Okay. So, okay, next slide. Oh, my personal favorite. So in 1996, PETG, I put in brackets clear cut so people can understand. I feel like this was the first year. Once again, I don't know if the history is correct. I feel it is, but that's not the point of this. I should have put a more modern spin on it, but I'm an old fart a bit. So PETG Tech is just a clear cut card, correct?
Yeah. 100%.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So it seems like this technology has existed for almost 30 years and it's still going strong.
Oh yeah. It's some people call it PTG, they call it acetate, they call it, different different things.
I don't like
but-
calling it acetate though, Billy, because acetate to me means something different.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what
See,
I mean?
I try to
thinking of the
differentiate.
card.
I try to differentiate plexi and PETG because those
Tell
are
us about
different.
it. Yeah,
Plexi is those thicker one, the thick cards.
It's like a glass.
And you can't, there's certain things you can and can't do. Like you can't foil number a plexi card. You can foil number an acetate card and a PETG card, but there's different, like I don't know if you've noticed. I don't know. So there's some like crystal in ice. There's some crystal authentic rookies, I believe, and on the back it says 1 of 25. There's 25 copies of it, but we can't print foil on it to put it 1 out of 25, 2 out of 25, 3 out of 25. And sometimes even inkjet numbering doesn't work. So we just put 1 out of 25 on there.
What does PETG?
I have no clue. I have no clue.
Does anybody in the office know?
There's no one in the office. You got me at 6 o'clock. I'm eating dinner right now.
All right. Well, your granola bar can wait. Okay, hold on.
I had
Here
some
it is.
Cheez-Its.
I don't even know what that is. Okay, can you put any chromium on PETG cards?
So here's some differences here.
Okay.
So we have you can do like it's called a cast and cure, where the sub-zeros in ice have like the holographic pattern on it sometimes. That is actually a laminate that is put onto the PETG to give it that like holographic feel to it. Now,
Oh, okay.
just like foil board, chrome is also like a substance that is laminated onto a piece of paper. So back in the day, there was they called clear chrome, and what that was, it was literally like the chrome part of it without the backing. And so like those cards have been made before also, where it's literally just the chrome
Hmm.
part of it and it's not laminated to a card. Like if you grab a chrome card, that's not all chrome. It's not front and back chrome.
Yeah.
The balloons are, but that's also, there's filler in between there.
The
Um,
doubloons, you said?
yeah, the balloons is front and back chrome, but I had to take two pieces of thing and laminate them together.
Is that
That's
why it's
why
so thick? Is that why
that's
it's
why
75?
100%. And I wanted to have
Ah.
I wanted to have gold filling. And so that's that. They could have been thinner, but I wanted the gold filler also on the cards.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, there goes slide 17 because that was my beef. I love the doubloons, but that 75 point just cheeses my butt.
I'm gonna give you a sneak peek of something later on the show to kind of show you what we can possibly do. But
Okay.
we
Okay.
haven't done it, and you got to worry about like bowing and stuff like that. Like they
Yeah.
need something to kind of glue onto. You can't glue it onto another piece of chrome.
When you glue, yeah. So I'm right off the rails here. Forget the slides for a sec. When you glue or laminate a card, does it always start with a cardboard sheet getting printed, then you do the play? Like, you know what I mean? Like, do you add everything after, or can you ever print something pretty close to a final product with some new technology? Like, is it print it, layer, send it to this guy, do the thing, send it back, do the thing, then cut the card? Is there like 5 steps to a sheet?
There's a bunch of steps just in general, and I don't know if necessarily they have to, excuse me, if they can print and then print it. Like again, I have some examples of stuff where we've done other things, but it's kind of like, oh, Leafs scored, tie game.
Mhm,
Um, but oh, someone just said that too. Sorry, I just looked
mhm.
up. I don't know if you, but obviously I'm a huge Leafs fan.
Yeah.
Um, but there's like autographs obviously happen. Like you can't print the top sheet and have them sign the card and then laminate the autograph to the card because
Yeah,
there's
that'd
heat
be silly.
involved. Yeah, there's heat involved and stuff like that. So I I'm pretty sure that everything is done. Actually, no, because you have like your die cuts for memorabilia. I know you and Pat were talking a lot about memorabilia cards and
Yeah.
stuff like that, but like they can print the front and the back, but then they also have to put the memorabilia in and then they laminate it afterwards. So it just depends on the situation of the form. I think they can do both.
Okay, good answer. Thank you, Billy. What about this question here? Are PETG produced in a sheet and cut or individually?
They're in a sheet.
So,
You buy a sheet of it.
wow. And then that's got to be a sharp blade, eh? Like, I mean, no room for error on
Yeah.
that.
Well, what's funny though is um grade A acid or grade A clear cut
Great A
young
ass.
gun.
I'm a fan.
No, I was gonna say acetate. Clear
Both are good, buddy.
grade
Both are good.
grade a clear cut young gun as opposed to a regular young gun. And I bet you'll get a higher grade on the clear cut more often than the regular young guns.
Why would that
Um,
be?
because they grade very well. They cut well and they grade
Interesting.
well. I'd say the same about canvas. Canvas cards seem to grade better than the regular cards also. But to answer another fun fact about using PETG, so when you run a form of cards, they have to test every color, and
What's a form? Sorry, what does that mean?
a
What's a
form
form?
like 100 card set. You can fit like 100 to 110 on a full sheet, a one sheet
A
of
unit.
paper.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to call it unit, perfect. So usually like 100 cards, like for something like our flagship, there's 100 cards on a form.
Okay.
So you have 100 cards, and then you have another 100 cards, then you have 50 cards. That's up twice, to equal 250. So if you're doing the PETG, you have to test all the colors. PETG is expensive. It's not like it costs a lot more than a regular sheet of paper. So imagine, like, that's why it's tough sometimes to make as many PETG inserts and forms. Like I usually try to throw in at least one in a set.
Okay.
But it because it's expensive, because you have to test out. You're already a chunk of change in before you even start printing, because you've had to use like it's like thousands of sheets of paper before you even start printing a card. So
Hmm.
that's
Is
a lot of work.
it a print? This might be a silly question, but when you buy a PETG sheet, does the ink embed in that plastic and that's the card, or do you print a thin laminate sheet and slap it on the PETG rectangle? Do you get what I'm saying?
I totally understand what you're saying, and the
Oh,
answer is neither.
huh.
So what we do is, a lot of times, like, you print on one side of PETG because it's clear, you can see through it.
Okay.
So
Right.
what we do is we print what's called opaque white, and opaque white basically just knocks that. We do it on foil boards, we do it on PETG, and it just knocks out everything, and it's just white. And then you print on top of the opaque white.
Oh, that's
So
awesome,
that
man.
way you can see it. So sometimes you have to, like, on a PETG, it's almost like the four color, and then the opaque white, and then the four color again, all on one
Okay.
side of the paper.
That's a lot of work, dude. Like, holy
I
crap.
don't have to print it, so
No, I know. But
Have,
does that,
have
when
you
you
ever
say,
been have you ever been to like the printing facility and
yes,
watch like the process of
yep.
everything? That
We've
would be
got
so cool.
I've gotten tours of multiple printing
in
facilities,
Italy
and
too?
Oh,
Hey, what are you doing? Get away from my
I
pig.
wish
What are you doing?
I
Get
wish
away from me.
I was gonna take a 50th birthday party, and I was going to go to Europe until my house in Michigan decided to flood, and now I have to spend a lot of money just to
Ugh.
get fix all the basement stuff. But anyway, and I was hoping I could kind of say, hey, I'll go check out the facility and help with one of the pack outs if we can split the ticket to fly overseas. So it might save me a little bit of cash, but unfortunately I didn't get to do that. So maybe next year
That
I'll
sounded
get to
like a
see
pretty
Italy.
good proposition.
I know.
Another thing, so this PETG, which is very famous, the clear cut Gretzky, that's die cut. I just noticed we don't get many I'm just gonna say clear cut. I'm tired of saying the stupid acronym. Clear cut die cut cards. Would that have been extremely difficult to do? Like, look at those jagged edges and
So you can still do it.
okay.
There are limitations nowadays on being able to do like sharp pointy things for any die cut.
Yeah.
They'd have to be laser die cut if you really. I'll show you a card later with some like some crazy stuff. If you've seen the there's a platinum portraits that's just unbelievable, like all the laser die cutting stuff, but that takes a lot of time.
Oh,
What I will say with like products like this back in the day, what you're looking at, they didn't have to worry. They didn't have to worry about time on the lines with autographs and memorabilia and stuff like that. It really
yeah.
was just kind of like the cards. So they could invest the time of creating the dies and doing all the stuff that they needed to do and die cutting it and sorting it and whatever. Where now there's so much involved in a set of cards
Ain't got no
that
time for that.
that I
Yeah.
don't know if they have time, and we kind of recognize that. And we have a timetable ourselves of trying to get products out, which we're doing a much better job. We're almost caught up, to be honest with you. I
Yeah.
know the cup still is coming for 23-24. I think that's the last set that goes to hobby shops that isn't out yet. And we took 3 months off of the last year for it to come out, and I think we're going to cut some more months for next year's, and I think that we're going to be back on track probably by the end of all of the 24-25 products.
You guys catching up pretty good so far. Okay,
yeah.
here we go. This one's pretty simple. I feel the 1996, pretty sure I'm right about this one. It was the introduction of jersey, patch, whatever, what have you. Memorabilia, we'll say in general. 19.
That's not the first jersey patch.
Okay, well, I'm
Or
wrong.
the jersey cards.
When
I even remade them in flagship a few years ago.
Well, I don't know, Billy. That's why you're
They
on
were
the show.
they were beautiful too.
Okay, well, what year was
It's the
it?
one. It's the one that has like the jersey like fabric look to it, and then it's like
Yeah,
right
like
in
the
the middle.
Patrick Waugh and Wayne Gretzky 1997 UD
No,
game jersey. No,
not those. Someone else can figure it out. I can't remember the year. It's been a long day
yeah,
already.
well, it was in the
What I
90s.
what I will say that you can. I'm pointing, like you can see me
I
pointing.
know, I do the same thing, man.
What I will say is one of the things now that we have to do, and you'll notice on our cards, notice those don't like those almost touch the players. There was something happened where now legally we have to like put a frame around the jersey, like
Oh,
the
you're right. Yeah, like
it can't touch the players.
how come?
I don't know.
Huh.
I wasn't here when they said that, but yeah,
Interesting.
That's
that's a new
strange.
thing. Yep.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Okay, next slide. Ooh, yeah. So this is just a question I have. This is the first card as a kid, well, as a young man, teenager. I remember these McDonald cards, and I should have kept some of them. I don't even think I owned any. So this would be a clear-cut PETG card, but weren't these thicker? I know this was before your time, Billy, so I don't
No,
expect you to know.
there's different thicknesses to PETG, but I don't believe these
Okay.
were anything
I
like
thought they were.
anywhere between 18 and 24 point is a normal card size.
Okay.
These are standard card size. And
Okay.
see, one thing that you can kind of see and tell on some of these, like the opaque white is behind some of it, but then it's not behind other parts of it, so
Yeah,
that you
the
can
beige part, it's not.
yeah, so that's like what I was talking about, the opaque white, where you can see it clearly, but if you don't opaque it, it's kind of see-through. So you
Right.
can still print on top of the PETG, but if you really want it to stand out, you have to put that opaque white behind it.
And that when the printers, do you ever get the printers? Like, is that extra step cost a lot of money for Upper Deck? Do you know what I mean? Like, does the designer fight with the budget team?
Every
You know,
plate costs money, and that's where you have to
what
be
plate? What every?
a printing plate. So
Okay,
the cyan, magenta, like all those plates.
CMYK.
Yes, thank you. And then those are printing plates, like the
Okay.
ones that we put into cards later and say, hey, these are the plates that were made, and blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Those plates, each one of those. So there are like for something on like rainbow foil board, you need two opaque white plates to make sure it gets like
You have to do
solid.
it twice.
You have to do it twice. Yep.
Shit,
And
man.
then so then you have like the PMS colors, and what those are the
I'm
colors
so
that
angry.
like when you change parallel colors, like something in Allure, when you go from the black parallel to the red parallel to the orange parallel and it changes color, those are PMS colors, and that's a plate right there. Now you can pick up those plates, like you can only do 8 plates on a form without having to run it through the machine. Like they can only do 8 plates without having to run it through a machine a second time, and that costs a lot of money. You don't want to do that. So
Give me an
you have
example of a card that you'd had to do that. What's an example of a card?
well, more than likely, like acetate cards have to go through twice because you're going to have the 4 color that shows through the front. You're going to have, I believe it's 4 passes of opaque white, and then you're going to have 4 colors
Wow.
that
That's
for
crazy.
the back. So those are already known to go through twice. That's not anything that you can battle or fight with. That's just how it is.
Standard default. Yeah.
Yeah, that's standard. So that's one that'll go through twice. I can't think of any others because anytime that actually happens, they tell us that we can't do it because we can't afford it, and so we don't do it. But
What about
like,
so acetate Young Guns? They're just a cut up clear cut card glued perfectly together for
that
the
is
lack of professional
that is a
vocabulary.
laminated. That is a piece of that is again PETG with a rainbow foil board laminate on it.
It's
So
one of the best hockey cards on the planet.
oh, they're
Like,
gorgeous. Yeah.
phenomenal.
So that has like an extra shine to them then, as opposed to like the clear cut cards.
Oh yeah.
What I'll say is we'll use a Spectrum deco foil on those as opposed to a regular deco foil, so the
Okay.
names and the call outs pop out a lot more
They
than
That's
pop.
what it. Okay, Billy.
Yeah,
That's
because
there's
that's
so
what we
there's
were
like
talking about.
there's a
Like,
regular deco, just like it's literally in our it says regular, and then there's this Spectrum deco, and
okay.
that's like the one that really shines. That
Yeah.
that's
like
awesome.
reflective.
That's my favorite deco, the Spectrum. Spectrum or Spectral?
Yeah.
Spectrum, and it costs a whole lot more than regular, so you have to be careful using it. You can't just do a whole product with Spectrum, otherwise it's
Okay.
not gonna cost out.
Is that why you only did a print run of 25 for the acetate Young Guns? Is that why?
Where do you come up with these numbers?
I thought you were gonna slip. I wish there's some Baileys in
No.
that or something. Sure, Phil, 28. Ooh. Okay. All right.
No.
Guys, I see your questions. I'm gonna ask them when I'm done. It's Friday nights with Phil. I promise we'll get to them. And Billy, just I want to exhaust them with me first. Okay.
No, it's fine.
So hockey card. So yeah, we skipped 20 years. So modern holo-foil outburst. Can you talk to us about the technology for that? So these are 32 point cards, right? Or 27, 32?
No, these are regular foil board cards. These are
Okay.
20 point cards. And you know, we get different vendors that and I can't speak upon who they are, because we don't want people stealing them from us. So
Wait,
it's
what? You mean the people that make these cards?
oh yeah. Oh yeah,
Don't you make the cards and send it to the printer?
no. What I mean is the technology. You know,
Okay.
it's a competitive card world, and
Yeah.
you know, we have people that come that leave Upper Deck and go other places, and vice versa. And so, you know, you hear things, and then they steal stuff and all that fun stuff.
Like how to make the
So,
card?
like the technology used for the card.
Oh, so this
Right.
is not just like an acetate card that's just
No,
pressed 6 times.
you won't find that. You won't find that in this. You won't find it in this at all. This is
Oh, it's its own thing.
yeah, it's its own thing. So,
Cool,
but
man.
it is a foil board, but it's, you know, kind of a special foil board. So, we just
Interesting.
yeah, found it, loved it, wanted to do it. The talk of doing a one-on-one young gun had been discussed for quite some time, and we thought
Okay.
I finally was able to convince the higher. I say convinced, like I think they understood the situation also.
Okay.
Um, you know, you have a big rookie, and here's your opportunity. You don't want to do it when Aaron Ekblad is the #1 pick and say, let's do a
Right.
one-on-one and make a big deal about it.
Yeah.
You know, you want to find the right time, and I think we found the right time. And the cards came out beautiful. I couldn't be happier with the cards. Like, if I can put my stamp on the trading card world, you know, my predecessors have done a lot, and a lot of what I do is basically working from what they started. But this, like, kind of concept and this thing was kind of something that I'm happy I can say that
Good job,
you know,
Billy.
we worked on. So
Yeah, man. Very, very grateful. So
yeah, like I didn't come up with the cup, I didn't come up with ultimate and exquisite and flagship and ice and SP game U. Like these are all established. But what I can do is I can you know, add elements to it that haven't been done before.
So does a company go to Tops, Upper Deck, Panini, and say, "Hey, we have this technology. We think we'd make sports cards cool. What do you think?" Does that happen often?
They can do that. There's also like trade shows and stuff where you know,
For
we
print?
go
Well, yeah, I guess. Hey,
for
why not?
printing.
Yeah,
Oh, 100%. Like
yeah.
there's different shows that we can go to
Do you
and
want to
see
go to a
stuff.
show
So
together? A consumer
no,
creator.
I still need to. I'm still trying to convince the other boys to invite my sister to go to one of the Minnesota shows. That's
Oh,
first on my list because she lives in St. Paul. So I've
apparently
been
they're pretty bad. So I don't know if your sister might not want to go.
my sister loves like basic inserts that I build. It's so it's I don't
That's
want to say it's
adorable, man.
cute, but like she's just like, oh, I got one of these you know, gaming
Does
inserts
she
or
put it on
whatever.
the fridge with a magnet? Billy.
I don't know what she does, but
Okay,
um,
I don't mean to stay on this, but we're going to stay on it a bit. So
let's do it.
so in Upper Deck, you have words that are copyrighted that Tops can't use, and vice versa.
Yep.
Words. Okay. You now, separate from words, you have card technology, and this would be a perfect example. The modern holofoil outburst would be a technology. So Tops can Tops get a card like this and not call it outburst, but it's the same technology, or no?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I
Oh,
mentioned, I used the kaboom pattern on a card. I called it the pyro parallel in AEW. my first couple years. So yeah, they like unless they have an exclusive, then or they've patented if it's like our technology, we actually have some crazy patents that I never
Oh,
knew
okay.
about, like from back in the day. We actually went through some of the old patents and we're looking at some things, and we'll continue to, now that it's like kind of been brought up, we're going to continue to put some patents
Can
out
you
there.
patent this? Can
And
you buy this? Patent this so they don't.
I'm not sure if they can do that,
Okay.
but like I said,
You might
as
be able
long
to patent like outburst, but you wouldn't be able to patent like the pattern.
yeah, we can trademark outburst, but I don't think
Okay,
we can
Oh,
patent the pattern.
got it.
interesting. Okay.
Because let's
Okay.
be honest, there's been cards that look like this. There's been cards where there's a burst and whatever behind the player
Mhm.
before. It's
Yeah, but
nothing
there's
new.
something special about. Yeah, there's something different though.
Oh yeah.
There's an element that's. I got a gold outburst given to me. Man, it's just like the card shines. Okay, here we go. So, okay, yeah. So these are some of my questions. So when technology combines, is this cardboard? Do you know this card, Billy? We were talking about it, the
Yeah.
SPX with the winking, right? Is
Mhm.
this cardboard smushed together like with a hologram on clear cut, and they're like pressed together? Like I know you didn't make this card, but how does this have a hologram in an acetate type of card and it's die cut? Like how the heck did they do that?
The hologram is a laminate, more than likely. It's
Mm.
laminated on, like, it's a sheet, like a thin sheet. It's laminated on top of the card, so it's
So you could
like
peel it
like
off.
like I mentioned, like the pattern stuff that we do on the acetate cards,
Yeah.
the cast and cure. It's it's a holographic pattern that's laminated on top of the card,
Okay. Okay. Next one.
and
Dave, cut me off anytime.
it's really expensive to do nowadays.
Yeah. Don't die. I don't like die cuts.
Yeah, it seems like it would be.
Listen, the Vivacity card for metal. Why did you die cut that? That is one of the nicest cards ever, and I will not be in my collection. I'm waiting for the full version. Okay. So, what are the key different? This is a question from Phil. Me. What are the key differences between the two sets, OPG Platinum and Allure? Both are thick, vibrant cards. Is the process the same?
Yeah, they're built the same.
Can you
So
take us through that build
yeah.
process? Thank
Well,
you.
it's on chrome, and then there's electric etching that gives it like the little design, so it's not just flat, but that's done within the thing. That's
Major.
not cheap either. But the difference between, like, I was around. Grant kind of built the first platinum.
Grant,
I was like
who's
looking.
Grant? Can you let them
Grant's
know?
my boss.
Okay, Grant's a big boy, chat.
Yes, he's
Grant's a big guy.
he's the vice president of product development. So I had the distinct honor of basically steering over his shoulder for 6 months when I first started working, and he's the guy that trained me and taught me basically everything that I know. So platinum, hard signed. It's got the different stuff to it. Allure was like, we were looking to build in 1 year. We were looking to build two more. Um, Chromium style products. One wasn't, like, we had one, that was it, and everybody was building chrome, and we're like, well, let's build a couple more. And so I built Allure. Another product manager built Stature, which I know you love.
Sure do.
But so, and that's a different technology. I won't get into that one too much, but Allure, my goal with Allure was, and we knew it was going to be a sticker auto. The first couple times we had where it's becoming more and more expensive to print on this stuff, so we're kind of cutting back on for Allure. But my whole thing with Allure was, I wanted color. I wanted to see color. I wanted to see shiny like Allure. That's kind of the whole
Yeah, it's
gist of it.
alluring.
So I didn't, like, initially I go, I don't want my prism or my refractor cards. I don't want them to just to be like a little shinier than the regular one. I want them to be a color. Like, I want you to open up a pack and you're gonna see color in the pack. Back in the day when you opened up platinum or Topps Chrome or Prism, like, you'd open up a 4-card pack and you would see no color.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. So I made sure there was color in the product. And then as time progressed, I said, what's funny is, or would be funny is, why not make why not make our base cards your prisms and your refractors?
Yeah,
And
they're
so
awesome.
we've made the base cards look like our competitors, like hits. Like that was, just like, let's have
Keep
a little
doing
bit of
that.
fun here. Yeah.
So
Oh no, we are. It definitely is. It's definitely, that's what we're doing. But and
let's
then
recap. So we're gonna get rid of sticker autos. We're gonna get rid of memorabilia, and we're gonna have a lure product with
the
amazing inserts.
so platinum is top dog. Platinum
Yeah,
is,
I know.
those are the big hits, and we want to differentiate them, and the and also we want to be able to get one out earlier than the other. And
Oh, okay, that's
we
a good point.
finally
Yeah.
we've struggled the past couple years because of printing to like sneak in the new rookies. We have now come up with a new plan to be able to get the new skating rookies in at a time that can you can see them a lot more often throughout the product, as opposed to, oh, the new skating rookies are like short prints and stuff. Like we've
Mhm.
worked on that for next year's allure, and you should be really happy about that. But yeah, this was my baby, the 16
Love
bit.
it.
I remember my Grant wasn't too excited about it. I'm like, if you make them rare enough, I'm telling you, the nostalgia, people are gonna love it. And they do, and we keep adding more and more each year. I always tried to do I don't build it anymore. Matthew's been building it the last year or two. But I always try to do like some sort of rare parallel, like give it a shelf life of 1 or 2 years and then do something else. um, but I did like the blue china parallel
To
because
bring that back, man, that was such a good card.
I enjoyed those, kind of like maple leaf colors.
Get
But
rid of the yellow tracks. See you later. Blue trying to bring back white ice for platinum, please. Black ice as well.
yeah.
So when you get, I'm gonna rewind a little bit. When you said, "Oh yeah, Phil, they're similar. They're both chromium cards." Do you buy? Remember, I asked you the question about the PETG sheet. You buy a full sheet. So do you buy a chromium sheet and then you
Yep.
play with that? So
Yep. That's
that's how
exactly what
that
we do.
works. Okay.
Yep.
So it's not a cardboard. It's not like OPG paper cardboard. You buy that, then you make that into chromium. If chromium comes from a manufacturer and you buy that sheet and you play with that, right?
Yeah, basically every
Okay.
technology that you see that cards are built on in masses, though you buy sheets. Like I
Okay. Thank
mentioned,
you.
plexi cards are like buyouts, 3D lenticulars are buyouts, stickers are buyouts. What I mean by buyouts is we have to then call a vendor and say, hey, we
Bulk.
want this, we want you
Okay.
to just build it like this, and then they spec it out and build it themselves. And those aren't built. I mean, I don't know how they build it, but they just
Do
kind
you
of.
do that? Does Upper Deck bulk or buy or wholesale buy the product and send it to the printers, or do the printers do that for you?
Don't understand the question. Sorry.
So when you said we buy bulk lots of chrome,
Oh
and
yeah.
so do you
We
do that and ship it to the printer, or wouldn't that be the
Both.
printers?
It could be both.
Oh, really?
There are
Okay.
some printers that already have the paper, and then there's some printers that we have to ship it out to them. A lot of times it's like the foil board patterns and stuff like that that we have to purchase, and then it
So it's
gets
like
mailed.
teamwork, eh? All hands on
Yeah.
deck.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
get this done. Yeah, yeah, okay. I buy when I found it a lot cheaper to buy t-shirts for my business if I wholesale buy them and then give them to the printer. He hates that, but I don't care, man. It's like $13 or two, big difference. Okay, here we go. Next.
Before we move on from Allure, I want to
Okay.
say this though. I know that you guys, Phil, Louie, you guys, Josh, you talk about the sticker autos in Allure
Yeah.
and how you guys want to, obviously you would rather get a doubloon or a 16-bit or one of the other short print hits.
I'll take a gold glitter bomb over a sticker auto. I swear to God. Yeah.
But I do really like that they have sticker autos because I want to keep those shorter print hits more rare. So having the sticker
Oh, what happened?
in the box,
Sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
Bill gives a hit in the box. So I understand, like, with platinum, you want to have on-card autos. That separates that from Allure. But Allure, having those sticker autos is important because then it keeps those other hits that you really like more rare. So I do like, even though I would prefer one of the other hits. Does that make sense?
You would be surprised at how many times I hear from shops.
This is the thing.
You
This
have
is
to
the reason.
you have to give them the soundbite. They have to give the consumers a soundbite of one auto or per box. They like that. I've heard so many times from shops like, oh, if I can tell someone, and you want to know what's funny? We changed it to an auto or a doubloon, and when I say doubloon, that's one a case.
Yeah,
So
it's crazy.
all the other ones are autos, and then one of the boxes has a doubloon, and there'll be people that are upset, like, oh, well, I'm not guaranteed an auto a box. I'm like, the doubloon is worth more than 90% of the
You
autos that you're gonna get out of this box.
when I
Um,
open the product and I see like, oh, I got a sticker auto before I even reveal the card, I'm like, bummer. I didn't get a 16-bit or a doubloon. Like I'm disappointed, but I understand like why you have to have the sticker autos in there. That's why I'm grateful that are in there, is because then it keeps those other cards. And maybe I'm in the minority of this. I would rather get those other shorter printed cards as opposed to a sticker auto.
Oh no,
Because yeah,
you are
like
not,
you
man.
said, they're worth more and they're just a better card, right? So I don't know.
it's frustrating because like Metal Universe the last couple of years, I think we've last year's Metal Universe I thought was great, and there were so many inserts that there's like I think I've said there's like less than 100 copies of some of those of like 6 different inserts in that set, and it's just it's not it's people. Oh, I got one of these. Oh, okay, blah 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 blah, and you're just kind of like, bro, that's a
Yeah.
big hit, but they don't even they
Do you
they,
think
they
some of that has to do with time though? Because when you put those hits in a product year after year, then they start becoming more popular. Does that make sense? So like if it's like the first time it's in metal and someone hits it, they don't really know what it is. And
that's
then
it. Well,
maybe
and yeah, and
2 or
that
3 years
leads
down
to,
the road, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, I hit one of these big cards.
yeah,
Kind of
and
like it
that
gets
goes
a
with
little momentum.
educating.
Yeah.
We need to educate. Like I'm going to be on here talking about a few metal hits because I want to show them off because the product comes out on Wednesday, and with your 5 viewers, I can at least get 5 people to
Isn't it
listen.
7?
All right, next slide.
Hmm.
Okay. Another Phil question. What type of smashing success holotypes, by the way? What type of technology is our Phil, the living set holotypes? Please, oh my God, please, a loss. Explain living set. Please also explain what a living set is.
Remember when I said that it costs a lot of money to do a hologram? Well, once you have it, then it's a lot cheaper. And so I wanted to build like series 1 is gonna if our printing if the way we're printing stuff right now continues where it's tough to get that first number 1 pick.
Mhm.
I wanted to add more value to series 1 and give them some more chase hits. So that's where holotypes came up, and I paid
That's
for
man.
an expensive hologram, and we do something similar in DC annual, our annual sets, where we have a hologram card that's numbered. But what I wanted to do, like, I didn't
Yeah,
just want
just
to come up
plugging
with,
everything, eh?
I didn't want to just do a holotype every year. I wanted to, thanks. I
You're welcome.
wanted to, but it's the same thing where
I know. I'm just being a dick. I know.
we're reusing the hologram year after year. But a living set is one where you're like, there you see the Connor Bedard. Guess what? You're never going to see another Connor Bedard. That's the only
Never.
one.
I have 2 of them.
Nope. Yep.
Yeah.
You're never gonna see another one. So
So holotypes, you're doing 3 years, correct?
no,
It's
no, we're just I'm gonna keep it in there as long as I can. It's a living set.
oh,
So
okay,
it's
but it's
like
only coming
Live,
out in
David.
series
yeah,
1.
it's only so here's the thought process behind it. It's only in series 1. There are going to be stars that people that become stars that you can put in there, but
Okay.
what it's probably the checklist is probably going to be built up of because you don't have a lot of the new skating rookies in series 1. The next year is probably going to be mostly new rookies from the previous years, similar to what you do in other sets where like that where the inserts every time is the new skating rookies. That's kind of what this is. But you
Okay.
still have a
Okay.
chance to like we didn't do Lucas Raymond that first year, and then he has an amazing
That's
season
okay.
this
That's
year,
okay.
and he has an amazing season this year. And so then maybe we want to add him to the list for next year, like that sort of thing. Like you don't always hit on everybody.
So the real question is, will there be a Gretzky holotype?
That's a great question. We kind of stay away from flagship, or we stay away from legends and flagship. So
Had a
my
feeling.
my thought process right now would be to say no,
Oh,
but never say never, sort of
you
thing.
could do holotype legends in the Parkhurst chest. Just saying. Just saying. Big Parkhurst guy. Okay, next slide. We're getting a lot of
That's
questions.
brand. You're messing with branding now. You're asking for a UD insert in a Parker set, and
Oh,
that
that's
that doesn't
right.
fit.
Yeah. Does Parkhurst, is there, do the Parkhurst family have their own silo? Are you guys like, what's that show? What's the show? Oh my God. We just finished it. Oh, it doesn't matter. I won't remember. Okay. Next one.
Barney. I'm just
No.
kidding.
Are thicker cards more expensive to make? If
Yes.
yes, why do you keep making them?
Thicker cards so you're holding your stature like
Yeah, I'm angry.
you
That's a
you
75-point card and it can't go in my top loader
yeah
binder because I don't want it
if
to
you
bend.
build something called stature, you can't do like a little thin card. It's got to be a nice looking
All the
card.
cards, even the base, they're all 75.
Actually,
100%.
that card's called Eratats. It's
But
backwards.
I explained the doubloons. Doubloons was on purpose. I wanted a card that had gold filler and gold on the front and gold on the back. I like the doubloons that I built, or not built, but that I checked the designs. You see this one here. It's a little more on the metallic side. I like mine brighter yellow. But
Okay.
um, but yes, so the lamination fees obviously cost a lot. Any card that is over 24 points, you have to guillotine cut as opposed to slipstream cut. And I thought it was Severance that he was talking about, but
Yeah, Severance. That's what I meant.
I
Yeah,
went.
yeah, yeah.
I was going to go to a Q&A for that show last weekend with
Oh, you
Pat
did it,
Sarah,
macro data refinement?
and
That could have been you, Billy.
and Adam Scott did come over and sign, but unfortunately I went to a different one that had Diego Luna from Andor. So I had a good break.
Oh, okay. Andor 2's coming out. That's
I
pretty
know
good.
that's what he was promoting.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it's more expensive, but to print those cards, but people still want their jersey cards. People like, you're looking at a glass card, that's memorabilia. So
Yeah,
obviously
that's thick.
the doubloons was on purpose. I wanted you to like dual-sided chrome, so you can't. It's gonna, at minimum, it's gonna be a 40-point card. But it's I wanted to make them even thicker. And here's a little thing that some people don't think about. So when our vendors pack stuff out, they only have a certain number of feeders, and by feeders, that's where the workers put the sleeve of cards that they've already mixed, and it goes through the system, and then they have computer systems like like it's going through the thing. And so there's only a certain number of feeders, and you have to have like a certain number of feeders for base cards. You have to have a certain number of feeders for these cards and these cards. And so when you deal with different point thicknesses of cards, you that, like, if you go from I think 4 points is the most tolerance that they can go. So if you
Okay.
have you can't put a 24 or 20 or 24 point card in the same feeder as a 40-point card or a 60-point card. So one of the things that I started doing when you have like jersey cards and a thicker card, like I try to make them the same thickness in case I need feeders. Like patch cards are almost always like 120 or 140 point but you try to keep it the same across the board. And then same with jersey cards are always 60-point cards. Or if you want to make them fancy, make them 100, but make them the same as a patch card.
Okay.
60 is the thinnest it can be?
No, it can be for jersey cards, yes, because you have to have a memorabilia, like a piece of memorabilia well, which Pat talked about, but you
Well,
obviously
okay.
already forgot.
Yeah.
That you put the that you put the jersey swatch in, and then you put the top sheet over top of it, which has a smaller die cut area, so it holds the piece of memorabilia down.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Billy. Next slide. I don't remember what it is. Oh, good. We're done with the Phil questions. So this is, I have 3 questions. Chat, I saved all your good questions. We're going to do that. Then we're going to open the ultimate cases. Billy, you can hang out. It might take a while. But we're going to open.
Oh no, I get to
forefront.
show you. I get to show you Metal Universe too.
Yeah.
That's
No,
part of the
that's
deal.
even more important than ultimate.
And
Okay.
you know
No.
what? And
Yeah, let's hammer away.
Josh is gonna be mad that you get to see it before he does.
No. Josh is
He's
fine.
like
He's good.
begging me for the checklist.
I know. He's gonna be like, no, Phil and I are buds now. Okay, Billy. This was from Instagram. I forgot to write down the name, but are 90s and 2000 refractors actually more refractory than modern cards, or are his eyes playing tricks on him?
I don't think so. I think it's just maybe they used, like I said, there's the regular there's
It's the way
like
it's made, right? Like it's
there's
just
foil board and then there's like rainbow foil board. The rainbow foil board is brighter than the foil board. Like there's silver foil board and rainbow foil board, and they printed stuff on the rainbow stuff back in the day also, which makes it seem shinier. And that's where your that's where your prisms and your refractors and all that stuff, like those are on the rainbow foil. And I think they printed on rainbow foil back in the day too.
and that's more. Is it
That's
much
the
more
shinier
expensive?
one. Yeah, it is now.
Really? Eh?
Yep.
That's too bad, man. Okay. And will we ever see etching come back on?
Etching, like what are you referring to? Etching?
I don't know. That's all you said. We can skip it. What are you referring
Um,
to, Mr. Anonymous? Okay, who cares? Let's go on the next one. I worked in the printing industry for 40 years.
Who let Josh ask questions?
No, get out of here. Okay, listen. Okay, now I got to start over. Okay,
Yeah, but
I
he
worked.
talks about I worked in a printing company.
I know. Third time, I worked in the printing industry for 40 years and did a lot of specialized foil work. I have some production related questions for Billy. In regards to foil embossing, please provide some detail as to how it's done. Is it on a press or is it a post-press production process?
I don't know.
He
I
doesn't
wish
know.
I wish I had the answer for you. Sorry.
No problem. No, it's good. I'd love to hear about the back and forth that must occur between the graphic designers and Billy in regards to the designer's vision versus the print budget. Well, it's a fairly good question. Does Billy say you can't do that, or does he find a way to make it work?
Geez, do you have upper deck people now following your show and asking questions internally?
This is actually Pat.
Yeah, right. So it's interesting. So we write a brief and we we give direction, definitely. And there's certain things where like I'm adamant, like I want the card to look like this. And I will say I want the card to look like this. And if they send me something that doesn't look like that, I'll be like, okay, but this is what the direction says on the card. There's other times like Metal Universe, this last one, that Gene, go build it. Like this is what
Blank
you know
check.
and do.
Blank
Like
check for Gene.
yeah, base set design, Gene, go to work. Like this is your bread and butter. And then there's times where there's some great compromise. Like someone will do like I will give direction and then I'll see what they give us, and it's better than what I gave them direction to do.
Oh,
And
that's
so
good.
there's definitely some back and forth here and there. But we're all just trying to make the best looking cards, to be honest with you. And so that's part of the fun.
Excellent answer. Two of my favorite inserts are the breaking news insert from 24-25 series 1 and the playlist insert from series 2. Can you give some detail on how these cards and their variations are produced?
So I collected
Breaking news is an awesome card, by the way.
I collected Topps baseball back in the day when I was a kid, and I remember those record breaker cards, like in I think 85, 80, like they had the record, and it's just like
87.
yeah, it
The
just kind
wood
of like,
border. Oh, it's the best.
and I'm just like, well, record break, like maybe there's not records broken all the times, but there's breaking news, and I saw this pattern of foil board. I'm like, oh, this would be perfect, like breaking news, because it's like kind of like a shattery, like foil board pattern, and I'm like, this would be kind of cool. And then the like I had a little bit of a music theme to some of the inserts.
I
And
like
so
it. Yeah.
so
Old
I
iPad.
went with the old, yeah, I went with the old iPad, and I wanted it to be kind of like unique where certain parts of it like shine and certain parts of it didn't. I'm messing with that a little bit with some of the design direction that I'm giving, where it's just like, you know what, I don't need to see foil on the whole card. Like, yes, the players popped out, but there might be other design work that I don't need to see foil through it. Like, I want you to opaque this, and then only this part of the card shines through. And that's what the playlist did
Interesting.
also, is like
Okay.
the shiny part is the center, like the behind the player, whereas the regular iPod, that's not shiny at all.
Right. Yeah, no, it's pretty flat. Hey, you know the Lucky 13 in Fleer? Why is that card? Woo! That card that's like what a high gloss should be. Is there like a different paper you guys use for that, or?
You'd have to be more specific on the year.
Oh,
Although
okay. Well,
we
the
only put out
last
2.
year. Yeah, I should
Yeah.
have showed it.
I
Crap.
don't.
Sorry. Next time. That means we have to have a part 2.
There you go.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, here we go. I think this is this last question. So I know he didn't make the set. That would be you, Billy, but he probably knows how this is handled. 22-23 Ultimate has serious issues with the Ultimate Emblem autos. Here comes the hate, brother. 75% or more, the autos are smeared. How did this happen, Billy? How does it not get caught? Seriously. I lost my spot. Anyway, did someone's head roll for this? Nothing like shelling out. Okay, well, either way. So there was problems with the card. And so I put a picture and there's some, listen, they're human beings, man. So like the questions are good. But how would something like this, without focusing strictly on the negative, I know mistakes happen. So was this a design flaw? And then when they go to sign, someone forgot a step at the print factory, or how does something like this happen? I know it's human error. Someone just made a mistake, right? But
so, I just had a nice little discussion about these with your boys at Out of the Box.
oh,
And,
okay.
so I was wondering if Dan's the one that actually sent this.
No, well, I don't know. It was anonymous.
But yes, there were problems with those cards for some reason.
Okay.
And the one that he showed me that was put in 23-24 as a
Update.
as an update, it literally looks like it's more of a feeder problem than it was getting signed. Now there are some
the machine.
yeah, like when it slides the card through and stuff like that, and I just don't know if maybe the pens that they use don't hold the ink as well. There could also be
perfect
there could
storm.
also be things where like maybe these guys are signing them and put one on top of the other, or they are signing too fat. Like I collect autographs and get stuff signed, and I like one of the paint pens suck sometimes. And if these were paint pens,
Shit happens, Billy.
like
I mean,
I've got Rachel McAdams was coming, and I was like, oh, first time ever getting her, and the guy before me gave her a paint pen to sign her to sign his poster, and I had a photo, and she signs the photo, and I turn, and I guess it wasn't dry already, and it just
no.
so
Shit the bed.
that can happen. There's plenty now. I would hope like our QA department looks at these things, and that's what makes me believe that it possibly could be through the feeders where it's getting like kind of damaged, and I'm not there.
Looks kind of bowed in, and like the gloss was stripped off and the pen kind of stuck. Like
it was specifically with this card though, because
100%.
I opened a bunch of Ultimate, and it was basically this particular card that had the smearing issues with the auto.
And I wonder if it was thicker or not thicker than the other cards in the blend, and somehow got like
because this is
like this was
card.
originally my design. I did the first one, I believe that was 21-22. And then I think it was repeated the next year. And I don't know if the first one was bad also. But obviously we're not happy when we see stuff like this.
Right.
Yeah, but listen, man, I'm wanna kick punch up and be upset and complain a little bit. But yeah, you guys get a lot of hate. So I mean, you gotta have thick skin to work at Upper Deck. I mean, look how tedious, and I'll even say tedious and complicated it can be, if that's even possible to say in the same sentence, of how much everything right has to go, right? So, all right, what do we got here? Okay, thank you, Billy. Let's take questions from the chat. Oh, okay, I can't believe that all worked. Okay, so I'm going to scroll all the way up, and then Billy, can we end off with your medal? Because that's what I really want to.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
doors
perfect.
Doors close at I think 9 or 10 o'clock my time. So you got.
We're almost done. We're almost done. Okay, first question. Here we go. Why do a lot of my cards from Synergy and SBX cup when it's humid? Moisture. That's why.
Yeah, I mean the same. Probably it's probably the paper. The same reason that the chrome bows a little bit too. Like it's just it is.
I opened a pack of Tops. Sorry, earmuffs, Billy. Of Tops OPG Chrome from $98.99. Every card is like this. Every card. Okay. Next question. This is from Cass99. What's the most expensive type of card technology that Upper Deck produces?
We built cards that were made out of silver in the cup.
Yeah, I got two of them.
They're pure silver, 0.9, not pure. It's 0.999% silver, and those are probably the most expensive cards that we've ever made.
Probably by a long shot. Okay, Dean. Hey, Billy, didn't get to ask you at the expo. Can we email you ideas for products? Yeah, man. He'll give his personal phone number.
That's
Also, what are you looking for when opening a product for quality control? Thanks for coming on the show. It's my boy Dean.
No problem. So ideas, I'm open ears. Like
He doesn't
as you
look
know, Phil,
approachable, but Billy is very approachable.
I'm on Instagram. I kind of keep people have tried to add me on Facebook, and yes, I'm there, and yes, you can see my stuff, but I kind of keep Facebook to family and friends.
As
But
you should.
Instagram, I'm an open book. I do get messages, and I do get people telling me like, "Oh, you should do this and this," and a lot of times it's like I can't do that or whatever. But there's also like if someone gives me an idea, and then if we do it, and then it's just like, well, are they going to try to sue us for the idea and all this other crazy stuff? So
I think you should do the Tim Hortons card.
yeah,
Just saying.
but,
All right.
Okay.
How are the EX2000 base cards made?
Oh, I have some right here.
Ooh, super.
So this is a sheet of, you can't really see, but it's a sheet of C2S with PETG with C2S.
Yeah.
And then the top sheet has light FX on it, which is like a type of foil that you use for the Metal Universe cards. And yeah, so the original ones, and I do have a couple of the original ones. The original ones were a little bit thinner. We use thicker paper. You can see they're like the thickness there is a difference.
Oh, you could totally see it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how they were made.
Thank you, Billy. Is that why you're getting rid of Synergy?
Is that why you're
in context to
it's because it's expensive. Like we wouldn't get rid of it if people bought it. It's a nice product, but unfortunately it does well on EPAC because there's a great achievements program and system for it. But unfortunately it's a really nice product. It didn't catch on from the start, and so people continue to just trash it even though they never even buy it. That's what's annoying is like I can take criticism, but if you haven't bought any, then don't talk to me. I mean, you can still talk to me, but you know what I mean.
You can't talk the talk, don't walk the walk. Okay, here we go. Galaxy Bread. Has there ever been any inserts or sets that were, I can't see, scrapped after being printed because of errors or complications? Sorry, I had to burp. Ugh.
Oh yeah, like we've printed stuff and then it doesn't go out into like we can't do it. It doesn't go into product or it has happened where like maybe the league all of a sudden says no. I remember.
The league says no to cards?
I remember we had in Champs, the Champs that I built years and years ago. I think in 2015 or 2016, we had military relics, Canadian military relics, and there was some amazing stuff, some amazing badges and patches and all that stuff, and we were ready to go. And they said, you know what, we're looking to do a deal with the Canadian military, so
oh my god,
the one person that rides a horse around Canada, but so we had to scrap it, and that's actually where the map relics came from. I think I've told this story, but it was because the Canadian relics got scrapped last minute, printed and stuff, and then I had to come up with something on the fly, and I'm just like, well, let's do map relics of like 100-year-old maps. That was the whole thing. It's like, let's do 100-year-old maps of cities and cut them up and put them in the product, and like maybe you get the map piece of where you're from or part of the city and stuff like that.
That's cool. Yeah, like treasure map. Who doesn't love a good treasure?
Yeah.
Okay, next one. I'm sure you've been asked this a lot. Has the Lucky Sevens box of 22, 23, it says Kevin S, but we know it's from Dave. The cup been found. I haven't heard anything yet. Also, I agree with everyone.
It's sitting in a warehouse right next to the 101 Bedard. I have no clue. Like someone might have gotten it and didn't realize it was a big deal.
Yeah.
But there has been no public acknowledgement of anyone getting that box.
All right, good answer. will Upper Deck ever create memorabilia cards that become more specific in identifying what game or season the memorabilia is from? Also, Upper Deck used to print the type of memorabilia on the front of the card before.
To the first part of that question, yes. The second part of the question, we usually do still print the type of memorabilia. Sometimes we'll say premium because again, a coordinator might say, "Hey, I'm going to use this stick for this card," and then or patch. We'll just say patch. And I was going to say
Sure.
patch, and then all of a sudden, oh shoot, we don't have any Wayne Gretzky patch for the set, but we have stick, and it's just like we need to put stick in there. So we'll say premium because maybe the cards like we had to zero out cards that we had memorabilia for the guys, but like for rookies, it's always going to say patch or jersey because we have like the rookie photo shoot stuff, so we have stuff for that. But for like some of the active players and legends, we usually say premium on purpose because we want to be flexible with what we can put in there. Now, that being said, we are very specific on whether something is game used or rookie photo shoot and stuff like that. We don't say this
Mhm.
was worn by a player. Like we'll specify the player, we'll specify but we might not specify like the game or anything like that. But you're not gonna. I opened. Is it here? Oh gosh, I hope it's here. I
What are you
opened a
looking
Kirk
for?
Cousins card, and no, it's probably not here. I ripped open a Kirk Cousins card, and it literally had like a different play. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Do I have it?
Oh,
Oh,
let's go.
yep,
Let's go.
yep. Oh, Billy talking trash about another company. So I'm a Michigan State guy, but I saw the Kirk Cousins, and on the back of the card it says, "Enclosed authentic memorabilia is not from a specific game or event." And I'm like, okay, here's Kirk Cousins. So I ripped it open, and on the back I see purple, and I think it's like Irv Smith Jr. on the back of the card.
Yeah. That's the whole fiasco. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what say you?
And here's Irv Smith's jersey swatch. So like you'll see like we put the player's name on the back of the cards. We specify whether it's game used or event used or whatever. Like that's the thing is like sometimes we'll say event used, stuff like the all-star skills jerseys that we get. And this was a question that people had in the for SP Game Used. We get the skills competition jerseys that they all wear, so they are player worn. They're worn in an event or game or whatever they do for the stuff. But people were like, "Wait a minute, these don't look like the All Star jerseys because the All Star jerseys are different than they wear their own like jerseys during the skills
Skills
competitions."
competition. Okay.
So there were some people asking. Oh, Florida won. There was some people who scored the goal. Let's look real quick.
A winner, a champion.
The
Oh, the rat scored.
Yes. I love it. Good. I'm glad he did.
So yeah, anyway, that's kind of
Okay.
the first part of that question, can you elaborate a little bit more of or whatever you can about what UD is,
UD,
coming up?
we like to make big announcements. You'll see some big announcements actually pretty
Okay.
soon
Okay.
on this type of
I
thing.
feel
And
I feel like we might know about the card and then the announcement might be 3 weeks later. I feel like that might happen. We might see a Facebook post and then maybe the big ad after. I don't know. Could you tell the Hockey Cards Gong Show podcast maybe the big news and then they could tell the people? That'd be cool.
I'm sure when the solicitation's out, I can jump on there
I
and
don't even
talk
know what
about it.
solicitation. I can't even know how to say that. Okay, next question. Okay, will UD? Okay, we already did that one. Here we go. Micah's got a good question. Are the printing plates that you guys put in the packs
Yes.
actual printing plates? Yes, they are.
Yes, they cut up. I get charged for every one of those plates that they use.
That's awesome, man. Okay, Mike, don't they copyright the look technology? They copyright basic words to put on the cards. I think
You
we
can
went
That was
you
about
can
the
you can
outburst. Yeah.
you can copyright designs. Like the outburst isn't the design. The outburst is the paper whatever. But
Mhm.
like the upper deck, like
Hey, Thomas.
we own the just like we own like the 86 Fleer design. That's Fleer. We own Fleer. We own that design. So someone can't make a card that looks like that. They're not supposed to. I know people do it all the time. But
why don't you trade them? Trade them for $79.80. Trade them 86 Fleer for $79.80. Let's go. Yeah,
we
man.
already, you want to see it suit again? Come on, that already happened.
Well, I already
once.
have the whole set and all the rainbows I want. It's the greatest set
There
ever.
you
And you guys
go.
hate talking about it. I love it. It's so funny. Okay, here we go. Crap. That was already done. Okay, yeah. How limited is innovation in the technology, and what do you see or want to see as the next big thing? Just answer the last part, maybe.
Well, limit, like, it's 2.5 by 3.5. You know, you like everybody's trying to do what they can do. And you know, we're just like I said, we've got one of the most innovative designers out there, constantly looking to do new things. But obviously that takes time, and it's for testing. Like, this Metal Universe is really like the first one that I got to work with Gene, where, you know, you're seeing a lot of the technology that we decided to implement in a set. You'll also notice, can't talk about the product, but you know, I've been ridiculed a few times about some inserts that I have put in such high expensive set. And I think you'll see, from here on out, or at least the next 3 that I've built, um, people keep talking about, like, being innovative. So I would sit there and try to do innovative things in such sets, and I'm just like, sometimes it's just let's make a nice looking card. Let's make the
Yeah,
cards look
man.
nice.
Insert card.
Let's not try to do a bunch of like crazy technology. Like, I did the acetate laminated foil board, which I don't think had ever been done before, with the lamp lighters. I've done a few other things that, and obviously the chemical compositions was something that just didn't go the way it was supposed to go. And I'm like, let's stop trying to be fancy. Let's make nice looking cards, and you'll see that coming up here soon.
Okay, here we go. We're almost done the questions. We're on the home stretch here. Is Upper Deck allowed to do an NHL game debut patches for rookies like the MLB debut patches?
I don't think we don't want to copy. We don't want to copy. So we've already come up with stuff that we plan on doing in the future. It just we can't really mention or talk about it, but there are definitely plans to you know, capitalize on players' rookie years and stuff.
Okay, there we go.
That's awesome.
What about Upper Deck Black? He has 2015,
That's
16 cards.
you
What is
know
that technology?
you know what people love about, it's just it's like,
Is it chrome?
it's the same, no, black, it's the same thing. It's just colored black. People love black. You know why they love black? They love it because it got discounted all the time, so they got some really nice cards really cheap. Whenever we put, that's why it got added to other sets, because they're beautiful cards, but for some reason, when it was its own set, people didn't buy it.
All right, there you go. Micah's got, I think we're rounding up here. So is a refractor any card that's shiny and has a kind of rainbow effect on it when the light hits it? What's the technical
I would
term?
say, yeah, I would say like the rainbow finish to it.
Okay.
That's a good way of putting it.
All right, there we go. What would be more rare, below ice or 16-bit?
Below ice was Tony.
Tony.
So I don't know how rare those, like, I don't know how rare the below ice are. That's a good question. How about that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know how many 16 bits there are, because I built the set, and every time I review that set, I make sure that number is not. That's the thing, is you don't want to make a really cool insert and then all of a sudden make a bunch of other versions of it. So like the incarnations that was in the last series 2. I don't know if you saw those cards or not. Those are beautiful cards.
I'm sure I did. I just can't put my
Not live.
There
I
was
haven't seen
supposed
it
to
live.
there was supposed to be an even rarer version of those that was gold, and for some reason, I think it got taken out. And so then when I was building series 2 for the next year, I saw that the gold version was in there, and I'm like, nope, got to take it out. Like,
Really? Holy crap.
we've established that this is the rarity, this is it, and like, you don't want to, like, sit. I feel that other Other companies like rare cards have, even though people still, for some reason, there's just crazy people that pay dumb money for something that falls one a case, where they don't pay dumb money when our stuff falls one a case. I don't get it. But
I was
but
buying doubloons. Billy, you said when we interviewed you
oh,
about doubloons, nobody paid. I got a Connor McDavid doubloon for $55 from the first year.
nice. I've
Nobody's
got a
paying attention. Like
I've
it's
got
so
a couple.
crazy.
I've got a couple doubloons myself. I collect Red Wings, so I have a number of rookie Raymond doubloons,
Nice,
and I
man.
also collected a lot of metallics because I think those are nice cards. And again,
Yeah.
you have a checklist of 100 cards, and they're one a case.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. And
You
they're
got to buy
beautiful.
100. You got to buy 100 cases to get the top
Listen,
guys.
guy.
and the cards are sick. They're badass, man. No one's talking about that. They're sick cards. Anyways, okay. Do you watch Ziri?
What
Of
is
course
Ziri?
you do. Oh, that's a no. Never mind.
What is it? Tell me.
He's
a
a
YouTuber.
first mover advantage by about 8 years. He rips packs of cards on YouTube. Yeah.
I watch so many, but I don't know all their names, so I may or may not. I don't know.
Hey guys, still fecal matter. Hey, does that sound familiar? No. Hey, how's it going? I hate artifacts. No. Anyway,
No.
whatever. Okay. Okay. How about, is card thickness sometimes to use to give the impression of greater value? Sometimes I see cards and wonder why a thicker card stock was necessary. Well, Billy's answered that pretty good tonight. That was asked a little bit ago. Anything you want to add to that, maybe?
No, I mean, I remember one year I made a thicker card for it to fall like one a box or something, and yes, it was to add value, but
Yeah, I think the one that sticks out in my mind is in ice.
I
You'll
was
have
I
like an
think it's
exquisite rookie, and it's the same thickness as like a patch card, but it's just like a basic,
yeah, great
you know,
example.
rookie
Great
card.
example. Yep.
So
Any idea of doing a retro insert of WHA players? Maybe. Well, who has the rights to that? Well, the NHL, right? Obviously.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We're like retro insert. If you're talking, we're trying to step away from retro a lot. If you're talking about designs, but if you're talking about just a WHA, yeah, it has to be in the right set, and we save like older names and stuff for higher end products. So I'm not sure.
Why can't Tim Hortons cards be sold at U.S. locations?
That you can ask Tim Hortons that question. I have no clue. All I know is the Tim Hortons that were in Lansing, Michigan when I lived there are no longer there. So maybe because there's no Tim Hortons in Lansing, Michigan anymore.
Maybe. Have you ever considered a Funyuns themed card, or maybe a card
my
called
gosh.
Meatloaf?
How do you guys? Oh, you bastard! I see who asked that question. I was gonna say, funny you ask about Funyuns.
Look
No,
at this. EX2000 so nice in 5 years, people will regret the hate they gave it.
I agree. You know, there's a lot of people selling it cheap right now because they're trying to get something back on it. I honestly believe it's underrated, and down the road you might see some good stuff.
All right. Just jumped. I think we're just cleaning up here. Here we go. Heard a rumor about a specific player that isn't allowed his memorabilia to be cut up now that will be included on cards. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah. Bobby
Who's
Orr
that?
has agreed. I think it's already been in a product.
No.
Memorabilia, yeah. He is now fine with us using memorabilia for cards.
That is incredible. Incroyable, as they say across the river. Okay. Oh, wait. There's another one. Man, they keep asking. Sorry, Billy. I really want to see your cards. Here we go. Is there any chance Upper Deck can consider putting a different photo of the player on the back of the card, like they do with the canvas cards or back in the day?
Yeah, you know what's funny is I was sitting there, and if this happens, then you guys can be like, oh, you heard it first on Phil's show, which used to be on YouTube, but now is a national syndicated television show.
Yeah. I'm anti-cable. Legacy media, die.
But,
no kidding.
you know, I was actually looking at some of the old designs, and kind of potentially inspired by like some of the original design where the stats were sideways and there was a photo on the other side. The problem is photos are so expensive. Like we did it the one year and everyone ripped my head off because they're like, oh, you half the card like you can't see now, and you don't get the nice photos like you used to, and blah blah blah. And I understand the reasoning, but I think they were more mad. They're like, I can't get these cards signed anymore. And rah.
Yeah.
Um, not that they aren't, not that they're wrong, but it's just like we wanted to try something different, because how many times have we heard, oh, it's looking the same year after year after year. I don't know if you saw the solicitation for series 1, but I think we changed it up a little bit. I think it looks really nice. um
Yeah.
but
Good answer.
which means you haven't looked at the solicitation of series 1. Thanks, Phil.
You're welcome.
No problem.
I said it was a good answer. Can Billy talk about the employee PMGs? Are they available every year?
Yeah, we get that's so we used to get a big Christmas bonus, and it had like everything. I still tell the story. I started like a week or two after the big Christmas thing was a Michael Jordan signed floor piece. I was like, why couldn't I get this job sooner?
That's pretty awesome.
But they used to do that, and then it's great, but it's just like, then what the rest of the year? So now what they do is they kind of give us like quarterly, or every 3 or 4 months, they give us employee cards that we can sell. And
Okay.
one of those things that they sell is the PMGs. I was hoping to have them in time for the expo so I could do some wheeling and dealing, but unfortunately that didn't happen. Like, the only cards we're allowed to sell, upper deck cards, are the employee cards. We can't sell upper deck cards.
Did you keep the McDavid black one with the gold writing? 2015 employee
That was
exclusive?
you got to keep in mind, like, when I started, I wasn't making much money.
Yeah, no,
So
I hear you,
I
brother. I
had
really
to
want one of those cards. If
there's
anyone's got one for sale at your office, let me know.
I will
I would be interested.
I will ask.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. You'll like this question, Billy. I know this is close to your heart. Any plans to use
Yes.
more Luke the Cardist?
So and who knows if we do it again in hockey, but when I met Luke the Cardist, I actually met him. It was because we were talking wrestling. I wanted to put him in a wrestling set. We were so far behind in wrestling, getting the products out and stuff, and still catching up with COVID. And we wanted to get the hockey stuff out, and we wanted to get the entertainment stuff out. And we were doing our best to get as much out as we could. But unfortunately, AEW got pushed back on a few things. So
Okay.
that being said, what I am doing with, and I think I've said this elsewhere, so it's the design's not out, but what I'm doing with him is, so the color flow I built 2026 Allure. And what I'm doing is the color flow is that instead of doing like the color flow on Allure, it's the same design, but 2 different colors. So you're changing out the PMS plates.
Okay.
For this one, I changed it up, and I'm having him draw his artwork throughout with 5 different images.
Oh, so
Do
cool.
his artwork throughout the whole thing. So it's still a puzzle, but his artwork is the puzzle, and
That's
the artwork
That's
will have
cool.
color like a red, orange, and then orange, yellow, and a yellow. So he's doing, I believe, 20 or 21 of those for us, and I'm
Very
super
cool.
excited about that. Yeah, that guy is great. I'm excited to. I'm gonna
Yeah.
see him again, hopefully at All In Texas, because we're gonna have a booth there at their fan fest. So I'm really excited to talk to him and see him, and kind of discuss. He's like, I got to see some of those designs early, and when I started seeing the young guns, I got excited, and I wish nothing but the best for this guy, because he's such a positive guy and such a great
Yeah.
person to talk to, and to he just he he's a lot of positive energy, which is something nice with the hobby.
Is
I
it true
hired
that
him to
everything?
do a,
Go ahead, Dave.
oh, sorry. I said I hired him to do a Luke Robitaille card for me.
Yeah, I one of these days I'm gonna get him to do something for me. I'm
So
not
we know
sure
how much you
how much.
spent, Billy.
No,
We know how much Upper Deck spent to get those
no,
cards.
you want to know what's funny is like, I know how much he was getting paid elsewhere, and I was just like, that's they're robbing you. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna treat you right, and like, yeah,
Here's $100 gift certificate for Funyuns.
yeah, well, pretty much.
Question to my American friends here: is everything bigger in Texas? Is that true? Like, if I get a hamburger, is it like 2
So
ounces bigger?
if you order, I found out at a bar on my birthday that if you
Yeah.
order a margarita, and they ask you if you want it Texas sized, that is bigger. Yes.
You like
Mm.
margaritas, Billy? Yeah, it's your drink.
No, I wanted to go to a barbecue place, but it was
Oh yeah.
closed. And I found a Mexican restaurant that had
Oh,
margaritas.
okay.
So
Oh, fair enough.
I've worked in 2 Mexican restaurants in my day.
Oh, cerveza, por favor.
So
Okay.
I do mind. I like margaritas, but I like it's got to be a good. It can't be like a cheap one either.
Yeah.
I want a little Grand
A
Marnier in there.
well-made
I want a little.
margarita. I like
Yes,
old
exactly.
fashions. That's my drink. A good old fashioned.
Gotcha.
Okay, here we go. If we have an occasional game used rookie cards, why don't those jerseys produce a rookie game used shield card?
If we have an like the only time we use there will be like, but it might be the next year. We just don't advertise it as a rookie jersey, but like you'll see rookie jerseys in limited logos. You'll see rookie jerseys maybe 1 or 2 other places. But we might, that shield might be an ultimate, that shield might be in but we don't advertise it. That's a good point. But like I said, maybe things will change in the future.
All right. It's a good question. Billy, what set would you recommend to a new collector who wants to set collect? Doesn't need to be the cheapest set, but reasonable. That's a great question. I'd like to answer that after you.
You know, because you're gonna say Parker's.
Absolutely. Parker's champions.
No,
Parker's champions. Yeah, man.
I mean, flagship. If you compare the price of flagship compared to our competitors,
Yeah, you
flagship
can't go wrong.
prices, it's there is a chase factor with the young guns and stuff like that, and you can trade and you can. I honestly would say flagship.
All right. Dave, do you want to answer? What would you say?
Yeah, I think flagship. Another one that's maybe a notch up. If you want to go that way, you could probably do Allure, because Allure is still in a good price range,
And the base cards are.
the cards look phenomenal. So
Yeah. All right.
and there's some fun chases with that, building the color flows.
Good call, Dave. I agree. Why is the new upcoming cup price lower than last year? He's not complaining. None of us are, but wondering what the reasoning is behind this.
Well, obviously we had to do the Matty Beniers bump, and the
Hey, you leave Beniers alone. He's trying his hardest. He's a really nice guy.
I don't set the prices. I don't.
Yeah.
I build to something, and you know I don't set the prices. So
Upper Deck sells out in the first day.
I'll tell
They
you
sell
what.
out in 1 day.
I'll tell you what, and I don't know if this has anything to do with it or not, but when I went to the expo this year, compared to um, last year, so when I watching the Bedard, the Series 2 Bedard, and people trying to sell it for $250, $300, and it wasn't moving, and we didn't even go through all of our like case breaks and black packs and everything, because people just weren't buying it because they're used to going to the
Yeah.
expo, spending like $100, $150 and buying a box of flagship. This year, you know, I talked to Dan, and he's like, Billy, we went through blank amount of cases already of flagship, because it's affordable, and there's 2 young guns in there, Canadian money at least, that
Yeah.
sell for $200. And
Mhm.
so it's a much more attractive thing, and you're seeing it sell, and it's not just sitting there. People always ask me why the Bedard 101 hasn't popped up. I go, because people are still sitting on it, because they think they're gonna like hold on to it forever, and then they're gonna pay their kids tuition because it's
Right.
gone up so much. Problem
Yep.
was, it started up higher than it, like there wasn't even any room for that to happen. It was already up high when they bought it. So yeah, that's my answer.
All right, big boy. It's your time to shine.
What?
Let's see some Metal
Are you guys
Universe.
done? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I had to be a little picky choosy, but
That's
Let's see
all
some
right.
good stuff.
Billy, look at your desk. I wish I was in the cubicle beside you. What do you got there?
Oh, you want to know what's funny? So you can't see it over here, but my boy Matthew's a huge Yankees fan.
Oh,
So I'm a Tigers fan. Best record in the major
all
leagues
right.
right now. Just I'd mention that.
Mm.
Detroit. My family's from
Orioles.
Chicago, so I'm a Cubs fan. But I did have
Don't
season
worry,
tickets for the
Dodgers will
Dodgers.
win.
I did have season tickets for the Dodgers 2 years in a row when
Ugh.
when McCourts owned it, and I was paying $4 a seat for the top deck seats. But
I just
all
walked
I
down.
had all I had to do was I sold opening day because I could care less if I see Sandy Koufax throw out a first pitch. So I made $150 off opening day tickets. And then both the years they played the Yankees that I bought the tickets. So I sold 2 out of the 3 because I wanted to see the Yankees. They were a good team, and I would make $100 a ticket on that. And then I would sell some here and there, but I'd get bobbleheads and sell them. And so I did have season tickets to the Dodgers, but I might have a world championship. You can see the end of the pennant here. It's the World
Mhm.
Series pennant.
All I
So
see is the jail cell.
so Matthew has to look at the World Series pennant and I had, oh, is it still here? Oh, this is hilarious. Oh, please be here. You'll appreciate this.
Everything's gonna fail because of what you're wearing.
I have a card. I glued it, and it's like it says Grand Slam, and it's a picture of Freddie Freeman. It's a Freddie Freeman card, and I would
Oh,
put
that
that
poor
right on
guy.
top. Oh, I trolled
That's
my
for my
family
life. I'll know exactly where I was when that happened.
yeah,
It's
I
like
was
a memory
I know
that's
exactly.
just embedded. It's.
Yep.
Did he have to
see
move?
that? Did you see the Instagram reel where they put that at bat in slow motion to the music of The Natural and kind of
that's
did like
awesome.
the little. Oh
That's
my gosh, it gives you chills like every time I would listen to it.
Well, I can't
so awesome.
I can't find it, but it's one of my better trolling moments for sure. But yeah, I don't like the Yankees at all. So that's
Evil
why.
Empire. They're the evil empire. The Dallas Cowboys, New York
Yep.
Yankees,
All
New
right,
York
so
Rangers, Toronto Maple Leafs.
let's look at these. Let me find one for you here.
Okay. Oh, here's a good suggestion. An EPAC app would be great. Just throwing that out there. I'm sure you guys have never brought that up at
I
headquarters.
agree.
But,
No, I agree with you. It'd be nice if we could do that.
dude, I'm really into EPAC. I don't spend money on it, but I like to pretend I do. And I love that.
Man, I'm trying to find an Ottawa Senator, but we must not have put any.
You gonna show us some metal cards or what?
Yes, I'm looking for an Ottawa Senator in the set.
Well, it doesn't have to be a senator. We're golfing right now.
Okay.
Do you golf, Billy?
I used to.
I like golfing. I picked it up a couple years ago. I broke 100 last year. I'm excited to.
I'll show off my.
90, I don't know.
So this is the base design, and this is.
That is
absolutely gorgeous.
Well, that is a nice card.
Yeah.
Subject matter question.
Primary team color around the card, so you can see. Here's a duck, so you can see it's orange.
Oh, that is awesome, dude.
You can see the backgrounds are different. There's a lot of different backgrounds and stuff. So this comes out on Wednesday. So that's the base cards. And then there's a lot of.
So I will say this about metal. My wife, she is a middle school or a elementary school librarian, and so she gives all my base cards out to the kids for like bookmarks. Their favorite cards are the metal cards. They go nuts over them. Do you have any more of the shiny space cards?
Look, Billy, look, you got fans. Look, that's so sick, Billy. Nice.
So
beauties.
Here's the premium prospects. These are, again, there's your rainbow.
Awesome. I love that.
These look nice. Here's one of the inserts that's kind of unique. So I actually it's the full alphabet. And what I've done is I took so the player has to have the name with the letter in it. So here's X, obviously.
Xavier Jackai.
Yep. So there's that. That's one of the inserts. Here's my, you know me, I always got to have my goalie. So here's counterpoise. This is a nice shiny. You got to have some space stuff when it's metal. That's awesome. The one thing I love about metal. There's no rules. There's absolutely no rules to metal. Like
no fear, no rules.
This one I really like. And hopefully it shows. So you can, this is dawning, but really you can see the bottom is foil. But the top has the opaque. So there's like a cutoff line of where there you can see it better right there.
Yeah.
Now, do you gradually blend that, or is that a sharp cutoff?
And then you can see it's kind of like a sharp cutoff, and then you can see the reflection of the player in the bottom part. You can see his legs. That's
awesome.
Oh yeah.
It's not like a super rare, but it's kind of cool.
Is Jean involved in these? Is this her baby?
He was very involved in this one. Like I gave this one, it was actually this one. I'm like, this is what I want. I want this. And remember when you talk about like, oh, do you get in arguments? This is one where I was very adamant. Like this is what I was looking for. This one not so much. They came up with a cool design, but this is the Gen Z.
I like that still. So, Gen Z. I'm Gen X. Yeah.
It
You burn them.
doesn't fit with me. But these are the younger players or
Gen
or
Z
players
doesn't
that
show up
fall.
for work. They don't make phone calls. You call Gen Z, they text you. What do you want? Like, answer their phone. Sorry.
And the box is actually based off of the Z Force this year, and I think the Z Force looks really cool. Like this was a
Oh, yeah.
nice like
Mm.
I worked with the other guy with the designer where like he had colors all over the place. I'm like, you know what would look really cool is if where you have this kind of color, maybe make it black. And he did it, and I think it came out great.
Got a Salvador
It has
Dali kind of feel to it.
So
Or like a Luke the Cardist.
so that's
feel.
kind of like your basic stuff. Now let me show you the good stuff.
I'm gonna go Dali more than Luke the
Let me
Cardist on that one.
Let me show you the good stuff.
Melty. It's melty.
This is sick. So what people don't know is you can't do like the mask cards. Everybody loved the mask cards back in the day, and the
Mm.
reason you can't do that is because it shows artwork of artists, and you don't have the rights to show technically like, oh, you don't have the right to show my artwork, blah 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 blah.
Mm.
So because of that, we can't like. I think there was legal stuff, and I don't know if somebody, it wasn't us, it was like the league. I don't know if we won or lost, but they don't do it anymore. But what I did is I actually made, these are called metal heads. And
Oh
what I
no.
did is I made
How
metal
do you sleep?
cards. And the thing is, each it's not a specific player, but I paid an artist, and there's the theme. So this is the Rangers on the back, and you can see the Big Apple and the skyline and stuff like that. So each city has its own different design that's
Okay.
themed
Oh, okay.
specifically to it. And I think you get 2 of them a case, so they're rare cards, but they're really cool. We saw there was the ducks. Literally is like a white helmet with a duck exploding off of the thing. The Bruins looks like the Cub Bear almost. It's really cute.
So what makes you decide to make that a die cut and not like an acetate? You
Because
know, like
because it's called metal heads.
yeah, I know, Billy,
So
but you could
it's
still have a
made out of
head on a
metal.
rectangle.
So it's made out of metal because I wanted the
Fine.
die cut. I'm sorry to all you people that have to put this in a penny sleeve and get.
Yeah, like the arrow. This
wanna watch
jerk
Phil
up
get
here
that.
makes me do it on live. Phil, why don't you sleeve that arrow? I'm like, oh
Yeah. So if like, long story short, if we can't use because the artists are gonna sue whoever that shows their artwork, we're just gonna pay our own artists to do
yeah.
artwork on it. So
Don't
there's
you guys
some.
have like a fund to if you get sued, it comes out of the fund like 2%
No,
of your paycheck?
people think we have all this money, and it's just like,
I don't know.
you guys are crazy. So here's some really cool ones. So this is the technology paper that we use, and some of it you might have seen, some of you might have, but these are I think they're like maybe 6 a case. So these are rare inserts, and they're beautiful. This is the microfibers,
Oh,
and
nice.
you can kind of see how it like shines.
It looks
and has some-
hologrammy.
Yeah, it's again like it's the
Is this
technology
the
paper.
holotype tech?
This is similar to like Outburst.
I'll get there one day.
So
I'll
there's
get there.
that.
Okay.
This one's weaving. It's kind of a
Hugo?
cool design. Yes. So it's got that like weave
Oh,
pattern to it, and it's kind
That's
of like,
awesome,
the
man. I
players.
love this. Oh, this is great. What
These cards like shine, like they are beautiful.
shine
And this
bright
is
like a
this is my
diamond?
favorite. This is my favorite. It's called On the Button, and this is a foil pattern and stuff, but it's
That's
all
awesome.
lined up with the player shooting the puck like right on the spot of the center of the
Mm.
card. And what's funny is I initially wanted like different things and whatever, and they're like, we can't move the spot. It has to be in this certain area. And like I had this foil board like specially made for this whole for these forms. So there's all stuff, but they're like, we can't move the spot. It has to stay consistent. So
I like it where it is. It's good.
we moved the player on the card to where it was exactly.
I think
And
it
there's
looks
2
nice, man.
versions of it because they can be shooting from one side or the other. So those I think came out real cool. Something that was in Metal Champions that I brought to it, and it's done a little bit differently, but very similar to the Dark Matter cards.
Oh,
And this
nice.
is kind of like that texture. This is like a thick UV kind of that they put on there.
Okay.
So this is like the paper, and then this is like kind of popped off, and then
Billy,
on
these
the
are
back.
really nice cards, brother. These
I'm
are
telling
really
you,
nice. Yeah.
the set is amazing. Here's one that I'm really excited about. So I did a dual Light FX card. It's on both sides, but I wanted it. You guys bitch about cards being too thick, and I wanted to be able to do it. And we were my production team came up with a way, because like if you do foil and foil, it like melts it and stuff. So, but they were able to come up with a way where I've got the gold bullion cards. So it's all
Ooh.
Light FX gold. And then on the back, it's a new picture, all Light FX gold on the back too.
Is that a metal card?
No, this is a card. This is a 24-point card
Bend it.
with
Okay, I believe you. I
yeah.
believe
This is this is Light FX, just like that's on the base set, but it's all gold. So the
Gold
and
or
these are
That's
like
cool.
these are like a few a case.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
so here's
Palladium?
here's
Palladium
the
this year?
nope, no palladium.
No
So
palladium.
here's the thing is talking with Gene, one of the things that a lot of people don't know is that you know, back when Gene and Earl were building sets, they didn't repeat a lot of inserts. Like
Yeah,
they're
very
like
unique.
you had the Dunkin' Go Nuts. That was done one time. It wasn't done
Dunkin'
multiple years.
Donuts.
You know, so
Donut. One syllable.
we wanted to give jambalayas some breathing room.
Yeah.
Like we've been doing jambalayas here, and I'm just like, well, let's come. Like again, let's challenge the designers. Although this was Gene, I go, let's come up with the next jambalaya. Let's come up with the next rare insert.
Jambalaya.
And what sucks is we actually solicited this way before our competitors had a card that has this exact same name, but our solicitation was out first. But this is the liquid gold. So this is the same type of like kind of technology. It's got deco foil as the light of or as the jambalayas. The only difference is there's no paper back to it. There's your opaque white.
Oh.
These cards
Oh, wow.
are
Oh,
super
that's
thin.
cool.
It
Yeah,
looks like you sneezed and that came out.
these are extremely thin cards, but they're absolutely like my computer is not doing them justice. You can see like the background kind of moving similar to
Yeah.
like the jambalayas, but these aren't just case hits. These are multiple
Okay.
case hit type cards.
Okay.
So we're
What's the checklist? Like how many names are on that checklist? Like 20?
I can tell you in a second because I think it's going to say there's 25 because you can see on the back it
Okay.
says card 25 of 25. That doesn't mean that there's 25 copies of it. That means that there's
Right.
25 of these cards. But
Players.
yeah,
right.
they are. And it's so funny because when we did Noise Boys, which is was in the last set, beforehand, Gene's just like, you know, those are like really flexible cards. I'm like, shut up. And she brought in Noise
Oh.
Boys because I couldn't afford a Noise Boys, and they're always slabbed whenever you see them. Tell me a time you haven't seen a
Right.
slab Noise Boys. Like everybody slabbed
Or
all that
orange
stuff.
checkers? What the heck? Everyone slabs orange checkers or emeralds. Like, yeah, only 10 of them. Let's slab it up.
So
Oh.
yeah, so she's just like, yeah, I'll make it flexible. I don't want to do the back. You can see like it's, you know, really super thin cards.
That's
But
cool.
those are like the big hit. Like I want it to be out there. Each box you're gonna get an autograph or a red or blue PMG. When I say red or blue
Thanks, Josh.
PMG, the blue is there's the checklist. The
Yeah,
blue
right there.
is the entertainment one, you know, like where we do the cartoon one. So there's red for the regular base. There's no blue for the regular base, but there's the blue in the cartoons. So each box you're going to get either an auto or a red or blue PMG. So that's a nice little soundbite there. You're going to get one of these rare ratioed cards that I showed you, and you're going to get another numbered card in every box. And that goes along with, you know, the base cards, the rookies, because it's not the rookies and the premium prospects and the other inserts and stuff. So we keep trying to add more and more content to these boxes. Again, I think people have been sleeping on Metal Universe for the last couple of years. There have been some amazing inserts, rare inserts, and this is another year where it's just like, okay, let's step our game up even more. Kind of stepped away from the die cuts. Why don't we see more die
I
cuts?
thought that
I
was
was about
a
to
good
say,
timing, buddy.
step away from some of the die cuts because for some reason, I think some of the rare inserts got lost because they weren't die cut. Or because they were die cut. So yeah. And Phil is impatient. He's waited
No, I'm
so
not. I'm
long.
trying to be pro. No,
He
I'm not
wants to
impatient at all. I can
he
talk
wants to
forever,
open up
man.
he wants to open up his cards.
No, I don't want to open up my cards. I want to return it for a refund. You know how many Parker? This is 3 Parker's Champions boxes. I can't get
Oh no.
Sorry, Lucas. I can't. Okay, there we go. Okay. You gonna hang out? It's not gonna take long. Why don't you see?
Yeah,
You
let me
gotta
let me
go.
let me take a look at it. We'll
All
see.
right.
We'll see how
Okay.
it goes.
Let's get this done, and we'll do the Dave and I'll chat after because we'll let you go, Billy, and then we'll do the giveaway.
You want to know what's funny is Jason's like, why don't you do the interview in the media room with all the like the Jordan jerseys and stuff like
You
that?
should
And I'm
have,
like,
Billy. Yeah.
I go, that's too fancy for Phil. He doesn't want to see that stuff.
Yeah. We're blue collar over here. Well, I dress up pretty good. I'm a hybrid, you know. I can't find my knife. Sorry, I got to do this.
Oh, I use my teeth all the time. Don't worry about it.
So I did open 2 boxes of this yesterday. I didn't hit anything big, but the designs, the cards, they look really good. So
Yeah,
I'm really happy with how the product turned out.
Look,
All right.
Ultimate has been known as I don't want to say, I am saying it. It's a feast or famine. You know, there's a lot of
Oh yeah, it
huge.
is.
Ultimate has some of the biggest hits, and for the price
Oh
point,
yeah.
it's actually
The
quite impressive.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you're getting shields in there where it's a lot cheaper than buying a tin of the cup. So it's the home of the shields. Those are some of the biggest hits. There's a lot. Pat did a great job building this setting this year, but you know there are. I don't want to say there's going to be some stinkers, but there's but you have your case hits, you have your box hits, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
All right. I can't find my lint brush, so sorry, it's dirty. Okay.
There's a sticker. There you go. So you're gonna have a plain jersey card on the back, Phil.
Okay.
A numbered base card on the front, and then you're going to have 2 cards in the middle. Those will be like your auto and your auto mem or other
Okay.
card.
So
yeah, and all of the big rookies, they're sticker autos.
no, they're not
Oh,
an ultimate.
You don't think I listened to your interview with Pat? Yeah, I did. Giving us.
Well, I don't. You think I remember what I said? I have no
dumb.
idea, man. No
Yeah,
idea.
I watched it.
Oh, there we go. I got a Merrill Big fan. I'm happy already. I don't know about $300 happy, but this is a really nice card. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it shined.
Okay. So this. Okay. Let's apply what we learned today. So this is a 75-point card. And it is shit. I don't know. It feels like the top layer is PETG.
That's correct.
Yes, and the bottom layer is I wrote it down, clay coat.
C2S, you're right.
C2S. I wrote C, but I didn't write the 2S. And okay, well that's it, right? And then there's chrome foiling on the top.
There's deco foil. That's Spectrum on the top. Yes.
Okay, so Spectrum foil. So we have a variety. We have a smorgasbord of technology.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't. I apologize. I know. Okay, there's the card. Okay. And there we go. I don't know who that is. Riker Evans. Excellent. Kevin Korchinski.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Is there any more in the box?
4 cards.
4 cards? Yeah, there's nothing else. Okay. Well, that's good. I got 2 autos. I got 2 autos, right?
Yeah.
So that's good. They're really nice cards, man. What's this guy here? What is this?
That's just like it's the insert that you complained about, the emblems. That's
yes,
what it is, but they
this
did a
is the
different
new
emblem.
design.
Yeah, that's the new design.
I think I like this card the best. That to me is the nicest card in here. Yeah. Oh, look at that. You see that? Bam. Bam. That's nice. All right. Well, there's the box. Okay, so let's do you know what? This is a nice card, man. Like this is a very, very nice card. Very crisp. Feels very toit like a toiga. Okay, well, let's give this box away from Out of the Box Cards. My boys Dan and Jimmy. And okay, let's do #Billy. Oh, wait. Josh or Bluey, are you there? Billy, you can go anytime.
I want to see you. Dave, did you not hear him say, "Oh, you want to stick around and watch the breaks?" And I said yes. And then he's like, he opens up one box, and he's like, "Get out of here."
No.
That's all he's opening. The other
that's all I'm opening, Billy. Billy,
What?
so the way Friday night. What do you think? I'm rich, but I'm a single father. Okay. I'm wearing jogging pants on a Friday night. Where do you think I'm running? I don't have like
So
two
Phil,
revenue.
tell your deal that you have with Out of the Box.
Okay, so
Billy.
Dan and Jimmy at Out of the Box Cards in Bell's Corners in the West End of Ottawa, my LCS. If I buy a box, they match it for the channel. So I'm giving away this box. Yeah, that's it. I asked Jimmy today how long that lasts. I'm like, if I do that for a year, can you guys just donate a box? Because I'm going broke as fuck.
So Billy, enter the hashtag Billy in the chat there and see if you can win that box.
I should. I definitely should.
Oh, Billy, look, you're getting a lot of love here, man. This one really good. This one awesome. Kind, poised, and amazing. He forgot handsome. There you go. We're a handsome group here. Hey, are we allowed to do more at once? I don't know what that even means, Micah. Okay, Josh or Louie, are you there? I might have to pick a number between 1 and 10,000. I don't know what to do. Do hashtag Billy. I'm sure I could do this. Do you guys know how to do this?
I don't know how to do it.
I don't know. Hashtag.
I don't have any controls though. So.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what to do, guys. Do you guys have any ideas? I didn't think everyone's doing hashtag Billy, and I don't know how to do the contest.
You want me to try to get a hold of?
Nah, that's fine. I'll pick a number. Listen, I'll pick a number. And whoever's closest to it, I'll write it down. Is that good? Somebody say something.
Hang on, I'm texting Josh.
Okay, that's fine. No. I can write a number down. If I had a freaking marker.
Hey Phil, you want to see millions of dollars worth of cards?
Yeah, always.
In one photo.
If they're interesting. Oh, Bolts on Ice got it already. What's that? What's going on? Oh my God.
Those are all
the complete
the cup
set of the
RPAs of Connor McDavid.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All of those are McDavid. Holy cow.
Just going to get a marker. What's that worth? Holy crap.
Yep, that was the cup pack out way back in the day.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So we lined them all up. That's one thing some people know, some people don't, but we've taken pictures of all of the 99s over the years. So
that's phenomenal. So are you like, you're obviously allowed to take those pictures and stuff? Like that's okay?
Oh yeah, my phone is usually filled with photos after doing that.
Okay, right on. Hold on. In a new tab, open the StreamYard giveaway page. Oh, guys, I'm figuring this out. Yeah. So hashtag Billy. Okay, hold on. Exclude winners. Okay.
I asked Louis. Louis said, not helping. I like watching him sweat.
Oh my God, this is working. Okay, hold on. No. I'm not sweating. What do I can just turn off my computer and keep that box myself. Okay, hold on. Guys, I think I just did. Only 29 entries, guys. Hashtag Billy. Let's go. Come on. Hashtag Billy.
I think Phil figured it out. He's got it now.
I figured it out. Phil's got it. Phil's on things.
We threw him in the deep end of the ocean and made him swim.
That's how I learn, actually. That's how we all learn, to be honest.
We got some more people.
Okay, share screen, giveaway tool.
Hashtag Billy. There we go.
Okay, look. Oh, this is great. Guys, we're having a great time. Look, 51. Yeah, this is really nice. I really like this Marilainen card. He's the goalie of the future. There you go. Thanks for doing this tonight, Billy. I really appreciate it. And I know it's probably boring for you, but it was very interesting for us.
I always enjoy the company.
Oh, that's great. I love it, man. Okay, good.
Of California Dave.
Yeah. Well, you guys, you're statesmen, right? Well, you're a Michigan boy, though.
Dave, I'll be up in LA tomorrow. I'll see you there.
I'm in Hawaii right now.
What?
Yeah.
He's in freaking Hawaii. Yeah, he's my ride or die, man. Look at him. Yeah.
I flew in just a couple hours before the show and hopped on, and so I'm actually it's only like 5:20 for me right now.
Oh,
sun's still out. Gonna go
Billy,
get some dinner after this.
Did you hear the song?
No.
I'll just play a minute of it and then we'll do the hashtag Billy. Listen to the lyrics.
Billy check this card I found. It's a gem from days of yore. Gonna trade it all around. Feels like I'm banging on Upper Deck store. Bang, banging in an Upper Deck store. Bang, banging in an Upper Deck store. Bang, banging in an Upper Deck store. Bang, bang, banging on Upper Deck store. Billy, these packs are calling my name. Each one's got a tale to tell. My collection's rising to fame. Feels like I'm banging on Upper Deck store. Bang, banging in an Upper Deck store. Bang, banging in an Upper Deck store. Bang, banging in an Upper Deck store. Bang, bang, banging on Upper Deck store.
Just one more minute, and then we'll do the contest.
Phil's very proud of this song.
I have a remix too.
Billy, the market's alive and bright. New cards are trading galore. Chasing dreams beneath the light. Feels like I'm banging on Upper Deck store. Bang, banging in an Upper Deck store. Bang, banging in an
catchy.
Upper Deck store.
I know, right?
Banging in an Upper Deck
If
store.
I wake up
Bang,
tomorrow
banging
morning
in
and
an
this
Upper
is
Deck store.
singing in my
My
head,
binders are full of pride. Each card's a win to explore. Let's keep this collector's ride. Feels like I'm banging on Upper Deck store. Bang, banging in an Upper Deck store. Bang, banging in an Upper.
All right, that was it. I
appreciate
got
it.
tons of songs, brother. I got so many. Okay, so let's
Draw the
do
winner.
the 60. Oh, come on, one more entry. 69. Come on, it's Friday night. Let's party. Let's go. One more.
That's-
Yeah, I'll do it, Frig. Where's the thing? Dude, someone, Dave, Billy, do it. Do hashtag Billy.
I
Come on.
actually entered, Phil.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I already threw one in there. So,
Oh,
You-
there's one right
oh,
there.
there we go. We got one.
We got one. It still says 68 on mine. Okay, whatever.
Okay, well, maybe it was a duplicate.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, so do I
Draw
press
away.
draw? I guess. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it's doing the thing. I don't even need Cole anymore. Pfft. Rob Reiner, dude, I love your movies. Alexander LaRouche, hey, listen, well deserved, big contributor. Alex, I'm really happy you won. Good job, man. I still think I saw Rob Reiner in there. Anyway, whatever. That's great, man. Congratulations, Alexander. Please email FridayNightsWithPhil@gmail.com. FridayNightsWithPhil@gmail.com for your box of Ultimate. And well, that's about it. That's it. That's all, I guess.
All right, guys, I gotta go prepare to stock celebrities tomorrow, and then
Yeah, at least you're honest about it.
hey,
Thanks, Billy. I really appreciate tonight. Thank you very much.
no problem, guys. We'll talk
Thanks,
to you
Billy.
later.
See ya.
Thank you, Billy.
If I can figure out how to turn this off. There it is,
That's
Leaf
okay.
Studio.
That was good, eh, Dave?
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was awesome, man.
That was
I had
good.
fun.
Yeah.
Chat, you guys had a good time? I hope you did. That was awesome, eh? That was good. That's exactly what I wanted, which was perfect because I've learned like 20%. I mean, Billy told us 100%. I'll retain
Right.
8, and we'll get them on next
Yeah.
time, round 2. I really think I should have shown more modern cards, but that's okay. We can get them back for
Yeah,
the
that's
next.
fine. It's fine. Yeah.
How's your place, Dave? You happy to be in Hawaii? I guess.
To tell you the truth, I haven't even checked it out yet.
Yeah, man. You're the
literally-
best. You're such
I
my
walked
ride and
in
die.
and set
Thank
up
you.
my computer and we started. So I haven't even.
Can we give a big shout out to Rebecca, your wife, for an incredible woman letting you do
I
this?
know.
Rebecca, you're amazing. Thank you.
This is
Yeah,
like
can we
our
tell
vacation. I'm
Rebecca?
like, well,
Yeah. Dave's
Sorry.
wife, Rebecca, is incredible for letting him do that. And she looks so calm on the like she's not like standing there with the knife off camera, you know, like she went to read a book. It's amazing, man.
she's up
Absolutely.
there journaling right now. She's like,
Journaling. That's crazy. Yeah, she's like, must kill David.
must kill Phil.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no, that's fine. I run quick though. I'm quick. All right. I love you, brother. Chat. Oh, wait, we got to do our song. Don't we have an outro?
Yeah, I think so. Do a little outro. Say goodbye to everyone.
Old souls with hockey
Thanks,
cards
everyone.
in
It
hand.
was awesome.
Hasselhoff's just
I
17.
got one more
Kids
One more
our
Friday
biggest
night in
fan.
Hawaii,
Text
so hopefully I'll be a
puzzle.
little tanner.
We're wrestling,
Yeah, I get a
fumbling
Casper.
through the stream, but
Right.
these cardboard
Or redder.
NHL dreams make our hearts beat. You collectors in the chat, your Friday's brightest spark. We're giving it